Do you shop on Amazon.com? Of fucking course you do. You're a human being like anyone else, and you live in the 21st fucking century. So yeah, you're shopping on Amazon.com. But here's a question you need to ask yourself. Why aren't the Drunken Peasants getting a fucking share of that money that I spend on Amazon? Well, we could be. All you have to do is use the Amazon affiliate links provided below in every episode of the Drunken Peasants. Well, at least all the recent ones and all the upcoming ones. Check it out. If you're going to be buying something on Amazon anyway, why not support one of your favorite podcasts? In fact, your favorite podcast overall, let's be honest. Why not support your favorite podcast in the process? If you're going to buy something on Amazon, use the Drunken Peasants Amazon affiliate links so that we can get some of your money. Not just Amazon. You know, a lot of people seem confused about how to suggest a video for the Drunken Peasants podcast. A lot of people try to tweet them to us. A lot of people send them to Drunken Peasants email box. I'm sorry, but all of that is just wrong. Okay? The only place that we look at videos and consider them for the show is if you send them as a private message on the Drunken Peasants Facebook page. And not only should you send us your links there, you should clearly label what they are. Like, here's a news story I think you guys should talk about. Here's a crazy video on YouTube. Here's someone for troll or not a troll. Here's something for a stupid ad segment. Here is me asking you guys a question. And that's where it belongs, in our Facebook inbox, clearly labeled. Because other than that, we ain't gonna pay attention to it, and you've just wasted your time. Sorry to say. Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Suck it!
There are starving children in the world, right?
Show me a child. Show me some empirical evidence it's happened. Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
What the fuck is going on?
Nothing, TJ. You're garbage. You're garbage, TJ.
Now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
And not Scotty.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, where we DP the fuck out of the news.
Yeah. Scotty was, what happened? Supposed to be here, but he died.
Yeah. He got up and ran out of the room.
Yeah, just as the show was beginning, Scotty ran away.
It's like, wait, there's something else I have to do.
Scotty's like, holy shit, I hear people in trouble in Tibet. Oh, never mind, he's back.
Die, TJ.
Unfortunately.
I know why he had to leave.
Yeah, I had to leave to go fucking take a shit. Had to go take a big, massive shit, right, Scotty? You know what's what. Scotty, you steal my phone because I can't find it.
Oh, well, there's a surprise.
Anyway.
No, I didn't take your fucking
Hey,
phone.
Oh, it's between my legs.
All right then.
Anyway. So,
You are an idiot.
hey, I'm trying to make a fucking announcement, you piece of shit. Why don't you stop interrupting the show?
Oh, you're announcing your retirement.
Can't
Go
even
ahead.
be here on time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm announcing my retirement.
Woo! Yeah! Good job.
I'm going to be replaced by G-Man. who has signed
G-Men,
a lucrative
G-Men,
3-year deal with the Drunken Peasants
300-year
podcast.
deal.
Lucrative.
We're basically giving all our money to G-Man just so.
Oh, I meant lucrative for me. He's just going to give me all the money. But he's just so desperate for anyone to listen to what he has to say.
G-Man, is a great negotiator, so me and Ben decided to give him all our money. So
Yes.
So basically, this is now going to become the G-Man podcast, but I'm sure it's going to be just as good, you guys.
Well, what happened was he prayed to God to give him money, and then God made us give him money.
Yes.
No, but before we get too far into things, there actually is something.
Yes.
You said.
A lot of people still are confused about getting the audio version of the podcast. Our RSS feed has changed, so you'll want to search for it again. If you use iTunes, search for it on iTunes, find the new one. It only has a few episodes on it. Or you can go to SoundCloud, look us up on SoundCloud, and we're there also. And you can still find us through any type of Android app.
Yes. That is correct, Ben.
That is
You
the
are
announcement.
correct.
There's links on our main page for it.
Yeah. Did we even get to the smoke weed every day part of the intro?
Yes, we did.
I missed it. I
Yeah, I
totally
know.
spaced out. It's like I smoked too much weed every day.
Yeah.
I would say it's an accurate description of your day. TJ.
Yeah.
TJ, did you smoke too much weed today?
Did you space out?
Yeah, like for a second just now, I forgot I was on a show. I'm like, just kind of like.
I mean,
over at the wall.
we will be doing something, having a conversation on a certain topic for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then a half hour later, TJ mentions the same topic like the conversation never even happened.
Yeah. So what, Ben?
Or we'll answer a question that you posed like 30 minutes ago.
The
Like,
great President Ronald Reagan was much the same way.
Yeah, he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah, he was senile.
Well, I
dude,
have
so
early onset Alzheimer's.
Probably true.
Pretty early.
Pretty early on.
I wouldn't be so.
It was caused by McDonald's. Everybody knows that too much McDonald's.
Yeah.
Something different about you, TJ.
What is that?
I think maybe you did something with your hair or something, dude.
Yeah, I washed it.
You washed your hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing on your face, TJ, that is any different than normal, though.
I have a really good clip for...
Well, I shaved off my sideburns, too.
Troll or not a troll? Presented by Pepsi.
But other than that, there's no difference.
All right, so troll or not a troll? Let us know in the comments.
Play the intro again. I didn't see it good the first time.
Hi, this is Jay Herod, and over the years, people have asked me as to why I wear skirts and women's microfiber underwear. And well, the reason is simple. Years ago, I got severe heat rash so bad, I had to sit on the
I am
edge
going
of
troll on this one.
So far?
Yep.
Okay, so...
Not a troll, TJ.
I'm saying troll.
Not a troll,
for a
dude.
month. So I went back to my doctor, and he said, Jay, you got to start wearing skirts and the microfiber underwear.
Not a troll. I think this is.
He said he had tried every prescription that he knew of, and, well, he couldn't do anything for me. So it was either swallow my pride and start wearing the skirts.
This man has a serious medical condition, TJ. I think this is not a troll. And how dare you say he's a troll, TJ? Making fun of someone with severe heat rash problems.
Or keep on suffering from severe heat rash.
Yes. A serious
it
medical
gets hot,
condition.
Yeah.
Not a
I do
troll.
wear skirts, and this is my Desert Storm skirt, and women really like it. I know it's short, but hey, the way I see it, women wear short skirts, right? And this is silhouette. Well, this was made for a woman, so what the heck? I'm wearing underwear underneath, so it doesn't matter. And by the way, guys, you should try wearing skirts. No one's going to think nothing of it.
I think there's a skirt wearing fetish. He's all like, guys, you should try it too.
Yeah, try it out.
TJ, why have you worn a skirt lately?
Because at first it was about a medical condition, but now he's just like, hey, try it out.
Just try it out. TJ, you're going to wear a skirt.
Yes.
All right, TJ, on the next video,
I don't
Drunken
see why
Peasants
not.
video, I demand you wear a skirt.
All right. I'll do it.
You claim to be some open bisexual, so it should be no problem for you, TJ, and you're kind. You're very loose people and immoral, and you're all going to hell.
Me and Shane Dawson.
So you and Shane Dawson are going straight to fucking hell.
All right, so we'll move on from this. I would say troll also.
Not a troll.
Troll.
Not a troll.
Either that or someone with a fetish
He's
trying
too legit
to spread
to quit.
it across the land. Like, see, guys,
Dude.
nothing wrong with this. Come on.
Dude,
Please
this dude is
wear
legit.
shirt.
I'm telling you, man, he's legit, TJ. He's gonna make an angry response to you, TJ.
You got severe heat rash. It'll help.
Exactly. He has a serious medical condition, TJ. God, you're so fucking insensitive. It makes me... Let's move on. Let's move on, Ben.
You seem
Fuck
to be...
fuck TJ.
You seem to be pretty mad about...
I'm very upset with TJ right now. And his lies.
And his lies.
And his lies. He's a liar.
I got you on full screen right now, so, you know, if you want to tell us more.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you something about fucking TJ. This fucking guy, he's a fucking liar. TJ goes home to his fucking, you know, Scrooge McDuck fucking mansion, diving in money and goes, these fucking suckers.
Scrooge McDuck.
These fucking suckers swimming through fucking money in his basement room. Oh, God, I'm so rich with all these saps. I hate each and every one of them, but you know what I hate the most is Ben. Yeah, he's a good fucking sucker, too. People say he pulls the strings. I pull the strings.
Of course.
I control everything. I control everyone. And I'm like, why are you telling me this,
I don't
TJ?
doubt that for a moment.
And I'm like, why are you telling me this, TJ? He's like, I control you, too. You're nothing compared to me, Scotty. You live in my shadow, both literally and figuratively. And I had nothing else to say. I said, TJ,
I didn't realize
right.
you'd memorize that speech verbatim, Scotty.
And I realized, you know, I
think
man,
he probably recorded it.
I'm not shit compared to TJ. And I had to bow before TJ. I was like, I bow to you, TJ, you know. You've just basically squandered your talents, you know, spending time with us. He's like, I know, but I feel really sorry for all you losers, so I'll keep on hanging around. But just because I kind of like you and we're related. I lied about liking you, but we're related, so... Okay, it was Dad's dying wish, but besides that, fuck you. And that kind of went on my way after.
By the way, everybody, get a shirt. There's a link down below.
Buy a shirt now or die.
Shirts are good.
There was a campaign for Ban Ben that ended, and now there's a new one going on.
There's a new Ban Ben campaign.
Yes.
Also, the original.
The original shirt is by
Ban
far
Ben
the
campaign.
favorite shirt.
The TJ is Garbage is the most popular, or the original?
The original.
Yeah, the
I would
original.
say. It's probably sold the most ones.
TJ is Garbage is a close second, though.
Yes, I would say so.
Fucking TJ.
TJ is garbage.
So we're looking for a shirt that actually probably says TJ is garbage on it.
Yes. I think the next TJ shirt will be TJ is Garbage.
And poop balls.
Poop balls.
Poop balls.
Will people actually wear a shirt that says poop balls?
Probably.
I would hope they would.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Don't be too mature to wear a shirt that says poop balls.
Poop balls.
All right, VenomFangX made a new video.
Oh,
Finally.
It's called Atheism is Gay.
It's true.
That's the name of... And he censors his language in it. He gets edgy, but he censors himself.
He has a potty mouth.
If you logged into YouTube
Hey, he's wearing my
July
glasses,
7th,
too.
2015,
Everyone's wearing sunglasses.
you would have seen a video featured on
Neat.
the front page called First Grader Backs Down Homophobe Street Preacher. In this 21-second video, a small child is forced by her parents to carry a gay pride flag up to a street preacher. The street preacher
Otherwise known
is
as
not...
annoying asshole. You know, it's
How
like...
does he know that she was
Didn't-
forced by her
Yeah.
Didn't this actually happen at ComFest? I believe it happened around here, but I'm not...
Oh, you know what? It does... I don't think he said it was in Ohio.
I don't know. I heard this was at... They said...
Yeah, we don't know, so let's move on.
All right, fuck you,
neither
TJ.
homophobic, nor does he back down. I'd like to focus on the word homophobe for a moment. You see, if someone disagrees with bestiality or pedophilia or any other number of sexual perversions, is that person
That's when
like-
someone has a fucking fetish. They go to like a Greek restaurant and like slip their dick in the euro and shit.
Oh, I was thinking of the organization PETA.
Yeah, you could do that too. I'm a person who fucks people for the ethical treatment of animals. That's my fetish. Oh yeah, tell me again how animals are tortured. Ah!
pedophobe or a beastophobe just because they think it's wrong to have sex with children? Am I a homophobe because I think it's wrong for a man to put his inside another man's?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
That's the very definition of a word.
Forgive my graphic language, but let's be honest with what we're talking about. We're talking about
Why do we have to forgive graphic language that you bleeped out?
Yeah, I mean,
the
wasn't
word
that the
homophobe
point?
is a PR word, something invented to demonize a certain group of individuals. People who disagree
Oh my God! Come on! Like, how can you get through that sentence? I don't understand. Like, homophobe is the fucking that's like designed to fucking discriminate against people. It's like, no, you were the ones who started discriminating.
Look, TJ, these kids are brainwashed by liberals and by the homosexuals into believing homosexuality is okay. But if you read the Bible says it's an abomination. And who are you to say, TJ, the Bible is wrong?
That's a good point.
Can you disprove the Bible, TJ?
No, I can't.
The Bible therefore is right, VenomFangX is right, and these people are brainwashed and are going against God and are going to rot in hell unless they repent. Sorry, TJ.
Homosexuality. Now, this small
I
child
can't argue with
no
fact.
concept of what that flag represents
Hate.
or what they're even
How
doing
do
there.
you know?
Hate
They
for
certainly don't.
Christians.
I'm sorry, how do you know what this child does and doesn't understand and what compelled her to do whatever she's doing?
Yeah. Honestly,
Like, how do you just like have this innate understanding of the motivations of people just based on watching them in a video for like 20 seconds?
Honestly, they've basically got this reaction because they probably went to a place that overwhelmingly supports gay marriage and gay rights, and these assholes have shown up to ruin the party and yell at people walking down the street just trying to have fun. And then this little girl walks up innocuously with the flag, and it's like, oh no, why are you doing this? She must be a brainwashed victim.
Right.
It's like, how about the brainwashed followers of fucking Christ here?
Yeah, look at Jesus Camp. Look at that movie. Whole bunch of children brainwashed by their elders.
Yeah, that's
know?
pretty much how religion spreads, is through brainwashing.
There's no atheist version of Jesus Camp where you send the kids. There might be like a science camp or something.
I don't want to believe in God. Oh, you will. You won't believe in God. Oh, yeah.
If Harry Potter would have been alive in the time of Christ, he would have been put to death. Do you remember that speech in that movie? She tells that to all the kids because this is when Harry Potter was really popular.
It was like, oh, it's witchcraft and sorcery, and Harry Potter would be executed. Yeah, all that.
Don't understand why adults are giving them a high five and reinforcing their behavior. Ask yourself this question. Does this small child even know what sodomy is? Does she have any idea that by raising that flag?
So would a child that age need to understand how straight couples have sex in order to understand how they can be in a relationship with each other?
But TJ, God wants people to multiply, TJ. Look, homosexual unions don't produce children, TJ. The only purpose for sex is to produce children. We all know that.
That is exactly
How
what
many
she
gay
is
couples
supporting.
have children, TJ?
You see,
Naturally.
This man is not
None.
someone who strikes me as afraid of
Brainwashed,
homosexuals. If he
innocent
was afraid, he
youth.
certainly wouldn't go to a gay pride celebration where homosexuals congregate. If he was afraid of these
they
sodomites,
congregate.
he certainly wouldn't be there.
It's like he's not narrating a documentary about them where the homosexuals congregate, like the gay bar, like it's like, what? Are they like animals to you, VenomFangX?
Yes.
Warn them about what the Bible says is going to happen to them when they die and stand before God in judgment.
I'm pretty sure they already know what you guys
this man
believe.
is not afraid of homosexuals. He's afraid of what's going to happen to the homosexuals.
Because of your God.
I think he's taking the word too seriously. Like, if you look up the definition of the word homophobe, it's like fear or hatred. And it's also not just about... There's like more than one type of fear of something, don't you see? It's like, it's not like you're afraid of a gay person the way you're afraid of like a spider. You're more afraid of the way that they make you feel, like, because then maybe you fucking start empathizing and seeing yourself in that situation and you revolt against it and shit. Like, that's the kind of fear we're talking about. It's like a deeper, more complex psychological fear. But I know you're too stupid to understand what the fuck I'm talking about, so...
He's afraid for them. This man is quite brave. He's willing to be scrutinized
No.
and made fun of, and even appear on YouTube.
That's like
And
saying a
the-
fucking schoolyard bully is brave because he had the courage to go up to another kid and push him in the sand or something.
the subject of scorn and hatred by this so-called movement of love. Yeah, the gay movement is not about equality or love. Don't let them trick you. What this is about
Gays beat up
is
Christians.
a very strong hatred for the natural order. It is a hatred for the way God designed the world.
We don't even know. I mean, maybe this is gay rights people beating up Christians. I don't know, but I mean, there's no context to this at all.
Well, I mean,
it's just people fighting.
Not to mention, even if it's only, even if that's exactly what happened. Like, you know, you're Christians, you're against us, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. Obviously, I don't agree with the people assaulting them. I mean, they're assholes. Like, if they can't if they're trying to like censor other people, then they're basically just as bad as the people that they're supposedly against.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think that's the majority of anyone. There's always going to be outlier people who are like, "You're against gay rights, so I would beat the shit out of you." Oh, you're for gay marriage, I want to beat the shit out of you. There's always going to be morons on either side. They're going to overreact.
A man and a woman married. Homosexual marriage, so-called, is a denial of the first marriage, Adam and Eve. It is a denial, after all, of the fact that God created man and woman, and that the first man and woman were married, the first marriage, and that is why homosexuality is directly linked to atheism. That is also why, if you have been on Facebook lately, all the atheists were in support of this
There's no link between homosexuality and atheism.
The only link between homosexuality and atheism is that atheists don't have some book telling them, like, God says this, so we're just like, we're not inclined to go along with this weird agenda that is pretty much for you solely based on your religion.
Yeah, it's like, why would atheists care? It's like, we don't put anything into the Bible or the Quran. Like, we don't fucking
The Quran, Scotty. It's pronounced Cran.
We don't care. It doesn't mean anything to us. We don't give a shit. It's just another fucking book. I really don't understand why he would make that point. Like, it's like, atheists, why would we care about it? Why would it have any bearing on our lives besides like the shit that you Christians force on all of us?
sexual celebration.
There's
Because
me.
homosexuality and homosexual marriage is an atheistic denial of the biblical view, the traditional view of marriage. Atheists are celebrating this
I never
homosexual
understand this
movement.
biblical view of marriage thing. How come they never address polygamy then? Like, they should be spending their time explaining why polygamy is wrong, even though it's all over the Bible.
Okay, we'll also explain basically all the misogyny in the Bible, explain the slavery in the Bible, explain all of this shit in the Bible. Like, there's so many fucking jacked up things in the Bible. It's like, there's cases of incest in the Bible. There's cases of people just being killed for doing trivial things like spilling your seed on the ground. You're dead.
Making fun of a bald man.
Yeah, making fun of a bald man. But God loves you so much.
Yeah, that would have been funny, TJ, in England, if when you made fun of the bald man, a bear would have came out and mauled your ass.
Well, you know what? My last thought would have been like, guess there is a God.
Even if they're not themselves homosexuals. Atheists, you are sodomite supporters, and you will be
This
judged.
dude's got some hairy backs.
In Romans 1 it says, not only did they practice these things, but also took pleasure in those that did them. Atheists somehow recognize that the homosexual
Hey, look,
movement...
guys, atheists. Even though we don't know what any of them believe, we don't know what the context is beyond, like, this fight happened.
To remember, it's the atheist hit squad that just goes out to destroy Christianity, just goes after all these Christians, innocent Christian, like, this is sinful, we just want to save you from eternal damnation. Ask him!
Man, I'm betting anything that was a Christian that was out there being like, you fucking faggots disgust me, and blah, blah, blah. You know, not that gives them the right to attack him, but... I mean, I seriously doubt that this was just... I mean, like, the narrative doesn't make sense. There's just a Christian out there saying, you know, this is the Bible and I think this is wrong, and then a bunch of gay people are just like, you know what? Now is our chance to beat the ever-loving fuck out of this guy without provocation.
Success of it is an attack on Christianity. because Christianity stands for what is true and right. It stands for God, and that God created a man and a
wonderful.
woman.
How do you know? You know, just like with our friend Atheism Unstoppable, there's a lot of assertions here, but the only evidence I'm hearing is the Bible. And as we all know, it's kind of just like circular logic. Why should we listen to you? Because the Bible says so. Well, how we know the Bible is true? Because I said so. You know, I mean, what's the evidence to believe this is the
I
way?
said so. God said
oh,
so.
God said so. Okay.
Adam and Eve.
God
and that
says
they were
the
married,
Bible is true, and the
human
Bible
race
says
comes
God
from
is
that
true, and
first
that's all
marriage.
you fucking need.
Homosexuality and the homosexual movement is a denial of that, and so atheists naturally want to support it, although I don't think they necessarily made that connection. Homosexuality is linked directly to atheism and hatred of God. You see, homosexuality is the denial of God.
Don't hate God. They don't.
It is the
believe in
denial
him.
that God created
on.
man and
I'm
woman.
an anti-theist.
There's plenty of fucking gay people that identify as Christian, you know.
He said
Sure.
homosexuality is the denial of God.
I thought it was love of the same sex, actually.
Marriage between a man and a woman is the correct family relationship?
Why?
Did it ever occur to you that every person on the planet owes their life to a non-homosexual union?
Yeah.
That we are here because a man and a woman...
If it's your correct fucking thing, then you can feel free to do it. I mean, like, I don't understand what the problem is with... I have this standard and my morals say that this is the right kind of marriage to have. Okay, well then you can go have that kind of marriage and fucking feel welcome to it. I don't see anyone trying to stop you from fucking having a straight marriage.
Also, it's just like, how do we know this is so unnatural? It's like, if it occurs, isn't it kind of like naturally happening? You know, I mean, that's why they want to make it all like it's just this choice.
It's not natural. It's just this thing that occurs across all cultures and many different species. But it's not natural, you guys.
Had regular and natural intercourse? Now, if straight people were
So I have a question. Like, you know, like with the gay penguins and shit and all the, like, I think there's like hundreds of animals that have been documented to display homosexual behaviors. So, with all those fucking animals getting up to, like, gay shit, are they all doing it just because they're animals that hate God or something? Like, you know, if a hummingbird is gay, is it because he rejects some shit? Because, I mean, I don't really get it. Because if he's saying, like, it's this almost conscious defiance of God's natural order, how are these little pea-brained animals fucking figuring it out? They don't even have a concept of God.
All right, let's move on from VenomFang. I think that's enough.
Why? It's so fascinating.
So's this person.
Over 200 years ago, the man that stands behind me, gazing over my shoulder, led a revolution.
So you can afford cheesy, still don't have, you still got to shoot with your fucking...
You know, Red One was going to buy, you know, that's a real expensive camera, TJ. Real expensive. And Josh Feuerstein,
he raised tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, that money probably went to some kids in Africa or something. TJ, you know, Josh Feuerstein was like, you know, I could buy this camera, or I can just keep, you know, going doing these videos on my phone and preaching the ministry.
Should I even play it with this music?
I don't even know, because I don't know what the music is.
I would probably say not to play it, because...
Also, I'm sick of his shit, and I need a break from his face.
All right. Yeah, let's play...
If there's music I wouldn't trust to play it on YouTube.
All right, then we'll move on.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Here, and today I'm going to talk to you about how you should be considerate of other people's feelings.
Okay.
What's with the music all the time?
I don't know.
Advice.
It's still happening.
It's probably royalty free, but why chance it?
Why?
That's a really long intro, dude.
He's got some long, stupid intro.
Other people's feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't considerate of his feelings.
Pride in that. Other people's feelings.
Will you
and
shut up for a
people
second?
just aren't considerate.
Oh, I thought it was my job to talk
a lot
during
of
the
people
show.
just aren't considerate of other people's feelings and take pride in that. They take pride in not caring if they offend people. And this is very much the reactionary force to sort of political correctness. And
it's
to an extent,
hold on, fuck you.
That's yeah.
I don't take pride in offending people. I take pride in being able to freely speak my mind. You fucking piece of drivel spewing shit.
You know what I don't get about this? It's like we hear this week in and week out, don't offend anyone. It's like, well, look, if you don't want to offend anyone, then don't have a real opinion, because you're going to offend someone no matter what you say. I don't understand this. Let's be so politically correct. And it's like, it's not like people are setting out to offend other people. They have different beliefs, and some people are easily offended, and some people are not easily offended. But it doesn't mean we should change what we actually feel or believe just to please other people. It's just ridiculous.
I agree.
That makes too much fucking sense, Scotty.
Well, I'm sorry.
You know who takes issue with that?
Who?
Fuck.
Scotty Cena. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. What do you think about this guy, Scotty Cena? He says, "Come get some, bitch."
Scotty does not like Scotty.
What do you think about Scotty Cena, Scotty?
No, TJ, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this long and hard, TJ.
You're thinking about this long and hard.
Long and hard, man.
Long and hard.
Just
huh?
how TJ
Scotty
likes
Cena
it.
Scotty Cena is actually way better than you for the show, TJ.
Oh, he was voted #1 host
of all three
in a poll.
Yeah, on a poll, I think on the DP Wiki. This guy won for best host of the show. So no one here deserves to have any ego, because we all got beaten out by a doll with paper on its face.
Well, Scotty Cena is easily the best host for the show, so I mean, we have to kind of bow to his experience and wisdom.
Scotty,
I'm gonna fuck your ass, and then you're gonna be humbled.
Oh, really, bitch? I think I can overpower your bitch ass.
But I am the man with the 10-inch cock.
TJ wants to have sex with Scotty Cena. Just think about that for a minute. TJ's an incestuous homosexual.
No, it's all right. I took the face off first.
So you just want Cena.
So I turned him into regular Cena before I did it, so as not to incestualize your effigy there.
This has gotten a bit out of hand. For instance, with satire, a lot of people get mad at satire. A lot of people have their own views and want to defend their own views, and that's fine.
I have no views.
A lot of people don't understand certain things, and that's fine. But that doesn't give you the right to sort of force your views on other people. Understanding is not...
What do you mean, force my views on other people?
If you mean, like, locking them in a detention center, like Scotty Detention Center, and like, you have to love everything I do, then sure. But who the fuck is doing that? Like, you have an opinion, you put it out there on YouTube, it's like...
Every morning the fucking refugees have to get up and put their hand over their heart. Scotty is my master.
Yeah. You know,
all he does is perfect.
Perfect.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, just because someone publicly says something, like in Facebook or YouTube or social media or wherever, on the street corner... Just go away if you don't want to hear it. If someone was like, let me tell you about this weird kinky sex I had, I don't want to hear it. If they're in person, I say, I don't want to hear it. And if like, I'm going to tell you anyways, then you just fucking leave. Or if it's online, you just don't watch that kind of content. Like, it's very simple. No one's forcing you to do it.
Not saying, oh, well, I get that they hold this position, either feeling about an issue or feeling about themselves, but I disagree. That's not understanding. Understanding is hearing out what the person has to say about either themselves or the issue and saying, oh, okay, well, you do you. Especially when it comes to personal
then
things,
why even hear them
such
out?
as how people view them.
This doesn't make any sense. Hear them out. You do you. It's like, why does someone have to hear someone out? There's plenty of ignorant people that are not going to hear other people out, and... They don't even have to. It's just basically, if you're making an argument for, like, freedom, then people just do what the fuck they do and not worry about these arbitrary rules you're setting forth about how to be a good person.
Here's my standard for how other people should conduct themselves at all times.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just mind your own fucking business? Stop being such a fucking asshole and telling everyone what to do. Like, you're not living up to my standards. Well, then, oh no. Just don't fucking worry about what other people do. You have no control over them. If they fucking act egregiously in your opinion, then just be like, well, I'm only going to surround myself with people I don't think act this way.
themselves, right? Whether it's gender, sexual orientation, just how you think about yourself in general. Yes, you can say, "Oh, I don't."
You know,
like
guys,
that
I'm
person.
pretty offended
Okay,
by these
great.
American flags he's got in the background too. You know, what is he? Some kind of like jingoistic imperialist fuck? You know, it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, does he support the slaughter of the Native Americans?
You know, I mean,
what's
like,
wrong with this guy?
Does he fucking support?
Did he support the Civil
us
War?
propping up like, you know, puppet dictatorships and shit and covert CIA bullshit? Does he support all that shit, man? Does he support the drone strikes on innocent children? It's pretty insensitive of you to have those flags, buddy.
This guy should be removed from YouTube and all public life. He should have to retire to a small cottage in the fucking middle of Alaska, in the wilderness, so he can never offend anyone or be heard from ever again.
But in terms of how that person views themselves, you can't say, "Oh, well, I don't like you, therefore you don't like you." That sounds absurd, right? So why then do you think you have the right to say, "Oh, well, you feel transgendered, but I don't think you're transgendered, therefore you're not"? No, that doesn't make any sense. And the unfortunate part is a lot of this is coming from people...
You can't control what other people think. You can fucking advance arguments to people who are receptive to listen, but ultimately you can't fucking force someone else to think the way you do.
I don't like them, TJ. They weird. Like, yeah, like some ignorant motherfucker's just gonna go, you know what? I know I've been a total ignorant dumbass my whole life, but now that I've seen this here video, I'm gonna open my mind. Thank you. It's like, that's the definition of ignorant dumbass.
You done really broadened my horizons just now, man. You know, I see things from a different perspective, man.
This isn't a fucking movie where I can make like a 5-second speech and you're like, even though I believe this my whole life, I now agree with you.
The whole town has just had a change of heart.
Yeah, there's always a slow clap at the end.
Yeah,
of that.
someone stands up and they're like... And then it builds and builds until it's an uproarious applause.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Fucking fireworks going off in the
You
background.
changed our minds, you fucking silver-tongued devil!
Angry at religious people for pushing their views on others that are personal and intimate. Well, you're doing the exact same thing, buddy. And then when they say... Then when the person comes back and says, "Hey,
all right, let's just fucking clear it up once and for all. Anyone can spout any view they want. Anyone can have any view they want. And they can just fucking... If you don't like someone's views, it's your prerogative to fucking be somewhere else. And if you want to advance an argument and they're receptive, cool. If they're not receptive, just fuck off from them.
By that, can you please not? They say,
the only thing that sucks is if it's someone in your fucking like family or something and you can't just do that like total like fuck off, or at least not easily.
I don't care about how you feel. Okay, you're not high and mighty. You're not above everybody else. You're
the
just
one who's
because
acting
you're
like
able
that.
to not feel bad, just because you're desensitized to offending people. It just doesn't mean that
everyone is going to offend everybody
better
else. Like, my views offend a shit ton of people. I offend feminists, I offend Christians, but you know what? They fucking offend me too. Their views are offensive to my ass. Why? Because we have two totally different value systems and worldviews and all kinds of other shit. We don't even see the world through the same fucking perceptual lens. So of course our opinions are gonna fucking offend one another. What are you going to do to stop that? There's no magic wand you can wave over that scenario that's going to be like, oh, now everyone's just totally comfortable in their own little worlds.
Everybody else. Because that's another problem with it is they get some sort of sense of pride out of that. They get some sort of sense of, I'm better than all of you. I stand on some higher moral plane than everybody else. You're literally just being a jerk. You're just completely disregarding everybody else's feelings because it somehow inconveniences you, or it
You're
just
the one
so
who's doing all that. You're talking about your fucking self. It's absurd.
Yeah, the stunning lack of self-awareness and hypocrisy is just like, oh man, come on, dude.
Everything you've just said applies to you.
I knew you'd like this one.
I can't fucking fathom this. Like, he literally just sat there and described himself as if he was talking about someone else.
That's not me, because I'm telling you not to do that. It's like, what? Don't you understand what the fuck you were saying, though?
It's like the perfect example of do as I say, not as I do.
Match up with how you think. We live in a big world, and you need to start understanding people and start accepting other people's views and
it's
feelings.
A small world, after all.
And when they feel offended, or else your small group of friends is going to shrink because eventually you're going to offend too many people.
Isn't that on you? I think once you start losing friends, you either make the decision to tone it down or you just say, fuck them.
Well, that's a fallacious reasoning. That's called an argument for consequence. Bad things will happen, so don't do them. Like, you know, we've already credited that over a million times because all these people make these terrible arguments like that. But
if we let gays marry, well, that's also a slippery slope too, I guess. If we let the gays marry, then the next thing you know, Nazi velociraptors will eat your family. It all makes sense. Don't think about it too long or hard.
It's like you'll lose your friends. Like, yeah, if you're a total asshole, then you had friends. I mean, because some people don't even have fucking friends. But if you had your friends, you started losing them because you were an asshole. That would basically be the trade-off you're making. Like, I want to be a total dick to everyone. Well, no one wants to hang out with you anymore.
In order to succeed in this world, you have to work with other people. You have to be considerate of other people.
No, you don't.
And if you don't, you are not going to get too far in life. And that's going to be your own doing.
You do just fine. Depends on what your fucking career is.
If it is their own doing, then they basically just recognize that and made that decision. Like, but I don't agree necessarily that people have to be like team players to get ahead. There's plenty of people who aren't team players that have gotten ahead. And, you know, there's times where you do need to cooperate with other people. And cooperation is good, but it shouldn't be the only thing you consider.
Because everybody's too sensitive. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe to myself as well as to Path for
No. No thanks.
Here's my rating.
All right, before we move on with more videos, I have an article that is pretty interesting that TJ will now read in his famous feminism voice.
I have to hydrate my throat a little.
Okay. The title itself is awesome.
Men, a list of shit I am tired of because of you. I am tired of men thinking they are entitled to my attention because they find me attractive. I am tired of men thinking I owe them something as a thanks for them finding me attractive. I am tired of men reducing me to my attractiveness. I am tired of being on display like a piece of meat. I am tired of feeling like I am not allowed to display myself without inviting male attention. I am tired of men infiltrating every space where I exist and demanding my attention and affection.
I don't think I can do it anymore.
All right.
My throat's exploding.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them.
Jesus. I am tired of beauty as capital. I am tired of having to worry that I have an expiration date. It doesn't... What? Oh, you mean like in terms of attractiveness?
Yes, I think so.
So first you're bitching about men always think they find me attractive, and now you're bitching like there's a certain age at which they won't? Bullshit!
Yeah, that is
kind of weird, isn't it? I am tired of men thinking I should want them to want me. Were you listening to that song at the time or something?
There's one that says, I'm tired of men talking to me. Jesus.
Fucking don't talk to me,
Don't
men.
talk to me.
You got a penis, then words better not come out your fucking mouth.
I am tired of men explaining my jokes to me. I am tired of men explaining my points to me. I'm tired of men explaining how men were to me. Aren't you guys sick of all this shit?
Yeah. I am tired of men thinking I owe it to them to be
tired of
attractive.
attention.
What is with all this? You've already fucking gone over this attractive shit. You really just rephrased the same fucking complaints there. I am tired of attention. Here's why I wrote this giant poem, because I don't want anyone to pay attention. I'm tired of being afraid of the attention ending. So you admit that you want attention, but you're also saying you're tired of attention. And then you're like, here's my totally inconsistent feelings.
You know,
address them for me. It's like, no. Why don't you address them your fucking self and quit crying about them like a fucking goddamn spoiled imbecile?
This is like someone with like, oh, why is, you know, why don't I have this why do I always have this internal comment? Why am I always thinking about all these things and feeling all these different things? Like, it's like, what, do you want to remove yourself from the human condition? It's like, it's not fair that I have all these worries and cares and things happening to me and things I don't want and things I do want. It's like,
yeah, she acts like the source of her ambivalence is society. It's like, no, that everyone has that, you stupid fuck. It's not just because you're a woman who is burdened by society's fucking expectations. All right? Everyone has this shit. This is normal. It's nothing to do with you being a woman. It's everything to do with you being a fucking human. And I'm sorry if this is a man explaining something to you again, but you obviously do need it explained because you're a fucking idiot.
I am tired of men.
Then don't hang around men.
I'm tired of hearing from men.
I've only fucking known about you for fucking 20 seconds, and I'm already tired of you too.
You should join WGTOW.
Hey, yeah. Women going their own way.
Yeah. All right. Here's a video.
Move to the Isle of Lesbos.
Here's a pretty fucked up video. It's 36 things wrong with American women.
Neat.
Made by Senior Douchebag. That's not his real name, but
it was
believe it or not, American women are not perfect. They have a lot of flaws. And what I did was compile a list of their flaws that should make you maybe reconsider dating them. So let's get started.
Okay.
Number one, they're fat. Fat girls are simply unattractive, so why should you waste time dating a fat chick? Number two, they're constantly...
It's almost like other people might have different standards, but no, I guess objectively that's true.
I don't like them when they fat, and they ain't gonna be fat if they around me.
And also, every single American woman is fat. There's not a skinny one in the lot.
I've never seen a skinny American woman.
We've lived in America. I've lived in America for 30 years, and the only time I left was that little 3-week trip to Europe. So I've lived here most of my life, and I gotta say, I've never seen a woman here under 250 pounds.
No way.
Never. Not one time. You gotta go to Canada to see that kind of shit.
Even Canada, it's pretty rare, TJ.
Yeah.
To their smartphone. These girls are addicted to an electronic device and are less capable of human interaction.
So basically, he went on a date, and the girl checked her phone once during the date, and he was like, "Ah, how dare you pay attention to anyone but me? Your full attention should always be on me, the perfect man. Don't you know who the fuck is sitting across the table from you, girl? It is me, the great..." What is his name?
The great male personified.
What is his name?
I am a Greek god in a statue.
What did Ben call him? Douchey? Douchey?
Senor the douchebag.
I'm just gonna call him Douchey McFuckface.
Douchey McBlank stare. He's like...
That's true. He does have a blank stare. We're gonna call him Douchey McBlank stare. You stand across from Douchey McBlank stare. Do you not understand the magnitude of this situation? How dare you stare away from me for a moment to check that text message from your mom or whoever.
You don't stare at him, TJ. He stares at you.
Yeah, Nietzsche said that, when you look into the abyss, you gotta be careful because the abyss also looks back into you. And that's why I'm wearing these sunglasses, so I wouldn't be able to see. I need a shield between me and his eyes, because otherwise I'd fall inside and never find my way out again.
Number three, they cut their hair short. They are so lazy to maintain long hair that they make themselves ugly on purpose.
Cut your hair short. Don't do it.
Women are...
Don't do it.
I didn't know that women are ugly if they cut their hair short.
They're ugly. They're lesbians.
So far we're 3 things in, and... The first thing was just his personal preference. The second thing was him probably overreacting to nothing because he's an egotistical fuckwit. And the third thing is, once again, just his personal preference. I don't like short hair. I've seen girls in America with short hair. Therefore, fuck these girls with short hair. Why do they make themselves ugly on purpose? Because they're lazy.
I'm sure there are girls everywhere with short hair, so I don't... How is this an American-specific thing?
Long hair is a pain in the ass, though.
Number 4, they're more impressed with the crappy DJ or an Instagram celebrity than a doctor who saves lives.
How do you know?
Yeah.
He just knows. He's talked to every girl in America, and he knows how they are.
So what about that heart surgeon? Lame. What about this DJ? Oh, he's amazing.
Doesn't all of America do that, though? Don't we tend to celebrate, like, athletes and actors and shit like that in this country a lot more than we celebrate, like, a doctor or anything?
Yeah, or a scientist.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, that's pretty much a countrywide thing. That's nothing to do with women.
Number 5, they think being overly sarcastic is a quality that men love. Wrong. Being sarcastic is rude and doesn't show that you have a good sense of humor. Number 6,
oh
they
my
listen
God.
to stupid websites when
This
it
guy's
comes
a
to
fucking bag of cunts.
Have no humor.
I'm convinced that a bag of cunts escaped from a laboratory somewhere and found a human suit.
Bag of cunts.
And now it's masquerading as this guy.
God, this guy sounds like insufferable. Like, the woman on the date was probably checking her phone and seeing what time it was so the day could end.
Right.
Yeah, she's probably checking her fucking watch. Like, oh my God, it's only been 10 minutes and I feel like we've been here 2
I can stand sarcasm. Don't be sarcastic around me. God, you don't understand me. Don't check your phone.
It's, you know, she teased me lightly and I felt fucking, you know, this violation.
She didn't touch me in the process.
You know, it's rude and I feel that it's unbecoming of a lady.
men. Number 7, they don't know how to cook. Their idea of cooking is using the microwave or preparing macaroni and cheese, and some women don't even know how to do that.
What? Okay, no.
Is this a troll?
I don't think so. I think there's some guy that just says
American women don't know how to cook.
This is some guy that basically wants like some woman he imagines like from like Asia or something like country where it's like they're gonna be his slave, and it's like the only real women are ones who just stay in the kitchen, cook and clean, make me a sandwich, and do as they're told.
I just realized this guy has the exact same psychology as the Beast, only he can talk faster.
Yeah?
Number 8, they wear flip-flops when they're not in the beach, not at the pool, or not in their house. Flip-flops are the laziest footwear that you can put on, and it screams to the world that
Maybe
you
someone
simply don't
likes
care.
them. Maybe
Number
they feel
9, they have
comfortable.
condoms in their dresser because they are fully prepared to sleep with random men. A
Who
man
cares?
only wants a girl
Yeah,
to be
once
slept
again, don't give a shit.
It's like that's their decision. They should have the right to sleep with random men if they want. Is it probably a wise decision? Probably not always, but hey, works for TJ.
Yep.
for himself, not the entire town. Number 10, they idolize drug-addicted celebrities, aiming to mimic their brain-dead behavior. The role model for today.
This guy's such an uptight motherfucker.
It's like, well, it depends why they emulate them. Maybe they emulate the art or something they created. Maybe they don't really agree. Like, I don't think most people emulate, like Kurt Cobain was like, I really emulate him for doing so much heroin. That's not why.
Girl is Kim Kardashian, not a woman who actually achieved things in life. Number 11.
I would say she's achieved a lot.
She did achieve things. Whether or not you think they have merit is another question.
Yeah, exactly. She's definitely made achievements and made a bunch of money off morons, so...
Yeah, I would say that's an achievement.
Hire pets instead of putting in the work to land a quality man.
Okay.
When a woman gives up in life, she buys a dog. This is sad. Number 12. They don't know how to be sexy
pause
and feminine.
that. Pause that. When a woman gives up in life, she buys a dog. As the only reason a woman would own a dog is like, I've given up on life. Might as well get a dog now.
Right.
It's like, maybe they just like fucking dogs, you retard.
Trashy and slutty. Modern American women have no idea how to be a lady on the streets. Number 13. They have standards that are way beyond their level of attractiveness. Even an average girl thinks that she should...
Just... Yeah. Wow.
Dude, a lot of these people just have no self-awareness at all. It's just like they make these ridiculous statements like, they have impossible standards, like...
I feel like even an amoeba would be sitting here right now being like, you know, I can't even think, and I'm pretty sure that's stupid.
Land her Prince Charming. Number 14. They think that having a good job means that they are a quality girl and a good catch. Newsflash. Guys don't care about your stupid office job or non-profit gig.
We want to hear about your work, your boring work.
In all fairness, I don't want to hear about it, but I mean, I'm not against it. Like, I mean,
or if that was someone's passion in their life,
why
like,
do you
why
think?
would you be against that?
Why do you think that they don't have a job to like impress your stupid ass? They don't give a fuck about you. You know, like they have a job because that's like something else in their life that doesn't revolve around your moronic ass. Basically, all this shit is like, how come I don't have a woman who conducts herself in these exact ways to these exact standards and devotes all of her time to me at all times? It's like, because you're a loser and no one fucking wants to do that for you.
He sounds like well, I don't say sounds. He's definitely a control freak. He's like, why does she have a job? It's like, you want her to be your fucking slave?
Yeah, he wants her to cook for him and shit. He came up with 36 fucking things. I mean,
it's a pretty sad individual.
Number 15, they wear pajamas in public. This is retarded.
Who cares?
I think it's cute.
I've seen men wear pajamas in public too.
Well, that's okay. They're men.
I've fucking seen guys in like fucking pretty much their boxers and like a wife beater at fucking places like, oh, gotta get these Cheetos or whatever. Fucking shirt is all stained. It's like, who gives a shit? As long as I don't see their fucking dick, I don't care.
16, they enjoy books like Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, and The Secret.
Well, he was bound to stumble upon a point.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, those books are garbage.
Are addicted to brain-dead entertainment that makes them dumber.
Plenty of guys are.
Number 17. Their idea of travel is going to the beach or France. They have no idea how to use travel to learn about other cultures.
What? Are you fucking kidding, dude? Like, go on YouTube and search like for like travel, like people traveling around. A lot of them are women. Plenty of them have traveled around the world by themselves.
How do you? I mean,
also, how
is ridiculous?
Isn't French another culture? I thought it was.
Yeah, and if you go to the beach, you're still gonna learn about their culture there. We went to the beach, and you know, they had rocks instead of sand, and people didn't have to wear all of their bathing suits.
Ben, you know, and as a total aside, Ben spent a lot of time at the beach.
Welcome to.
I mean, we all spent a lot of time there.
I think you said you were down there first, Ben. Like, I think the sun was rising, and Ben's like, "I'm here. I just want to see the beautiful water."
The water made neat sounds when the rocks moved.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was like,
but walking on them was
horribly
painful.
Walking on them was fucking terrible, dude. But it's definitely not another culture. It's just, you know, diet America.
Right. You're just laying around on the beach. You're not like experiencing anything.
No, nothing at all.
Number 18, they have too many trashy tattoos. Too many American women these days look like prison convicts. Number 19,
really?
They are proud to be dating many men at the same time, as if they were men themselves.
Oh, so you're saying it's okay if men? Oh, wow. Even it's like just if they're men themselves, it's like no. There's plenty of women that date plenty of guys, and there's plenty of guys that date plenty of women. Just because someone's dating doesn't mean they're exclusive. Like, what do you care? Like, why do you want to control someone to the point? It's like, if you want to date with me, it's only me. You have no other guys. Like, can't talk to anyone else. Only me. This dude's a total control freak. It's fucking just ridiculous.
These days, women have no shame in hiding the fact that they are sluts. Number 20, they do and say.
Thank God. You know, it's like, why would you not want that advertised? Like, here's where the slutty chicks are. It's like, cool, I'm going to go over there.
Things in bed, even the first time that you have sex with them, as if they were an amateur porn actress. You know that they're doing it to every other guy as well. Number 21, they cock-block their own girlfriends when they are jealous. They can't have it so that their friend meets someone while they don't. Number 22.
That's based on some personal story of
Right. He looked angry while
that was like a bitter moment. Like, I almost got in this fucking hottie's pants, but then her fat fucking bitch friend came over and started talking.
Her fat, short-haired lesbian friend who didn't want to cook for me came over and was like, no way.
And then she fucked me like a porn star, and I got pissed because I know she's doing that with every other guy.
This guy's not satisfied. She's literally like, she's doing porn star shit to him, and the only thing he's sitting there thinking is like, she's probably done this
terrible.
to other guys. This is
how
horrible.
many other guys have you done this to, you monster? You're a monster.
He basically wants some girl who doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, where he could totally take control and be like, I will now instruct you in the ways of my pleasure.
Oh, God. Sounds like a dungeon.
It seems like a race to the bottom for every girl to look as homely as possible. Number 24. They always lie the first time you get them in bed by saying, "I've never done this before." We know that's
Oh my God, so even when they are like that, he's still like, that's bullshit, you're lying. It's like, you're unpleasable. Why don't you just fucking blow your brains out?
Yeah,
like
really
there's literally
like that.
you're never gonna feel any satisfaction in this world. You might as well move on.
Like, how do you want your girlfriend to be? Demure and, like, laid back. Okay, she's like that. Oh, so you expect me to believe that? Okay, well, maybe she can be slutty and loose. Oh, I hate that, too. It's like, what do you want? Like, you want some woman that can... Okay, this dude wants some woman that's going to read his fucking mind and just shift her personality to whatever situation he's talking about.
I'll tell you what he wants. Every fucking night around 3 in the morning... after he's done crying, he puts on the blonde wig and the lipstick and starts kissing his reflection. And rubbing his nipples and be like, yeah, the perfect woman. The perfect woman.
But they continue saying it for every guy they sleep with. Number 25, they confuse being a challenge with being whiny and annoying. They have no idea how stupid they look when
Unlike
they
you,
give men
right?
a hard time for
You're not a
spending time
whiny,
with them.
annoying cunt at all.
Number 26, they watch way too much TV, letting it influence their personalities. When you go on a date with an American girl, you're really dating a combination of characters she has seen on television.
What? Are you kidding me?
They, TV rots your brain, Ben. These girls just have to be like, I have no real personality, so these characters on the show will be my personality.
Exactly. Perfectly logical. I was thinking the same myself.
Obviously.
I was like, oh, man. You're definitely a TV character and not a person.
There you go, Ben.
This bitch is just a compilation of TV characters.
Shouldn't have watched Orange is the New Black. Now you became a short-haired lesbian. I hate you.
Number 27, on the way home from their comfortable office job, they take off their work shoes and put on dirty sneakers. They have no idea how much of a slob they look when they do this. Number 28,
that was oddly specific.
Like, why did you take off your nice work shoes and then put on dirty sneakers? It's like, actually, most women I know do not wear shoes in the house and, like, do not want other people wearing shoes in the house. Like, I'm the slob that's wearing my tennis shoes everywhere, so I don't find that to be true at all.
Age their skin prematurely through fake tans. Maybe they'll look good this week or next month, but in a few years' time, they're going to look like a raisin. Number 29.
I don't think wait, hold on.
You're a raisin.
You literally never have to worry about being with a girl long enough to worry about any long-term effects. Like, any chick that you trick into being in a relationship with you, that's going to be like 2 weeks tops. There's no fucking way anyone could stand your ass longer than that.
They insist on eating pizza, gyro, or other fattening food after a night of binge drinking, and then they wonder why they are so fat. Number 30. They're obsessed with cupcakes. An American woman gets satisfaction from eating tiny baked goods. Number 31. They care more about maintaining a career than a good home or family.
Are you kidding me?
She has made money the most important part of her life, more than having kids or a good husband.
It wasn't her that made money the most important part of her life. It's like simple economics in America, you dipshit.
Number 32. They rarely wear high heels, one of the most feminine behaviors that a woman can do.
Yeah, like the females in nature would have done, as our hunter-gatherer ancestors would have done. It's one of the most inherently feminine things, wearing little stilts on your feet.
Chasing down a woolly mammoth with a spear.
Number 33.
No, they were back at the
they
camp
think dining
cooking.
out and eating food slathered with butter and salt makes them cultured, and they call themselves a foodie while they do it. It just makes them fat instead. Number 34. They don't speak any foreign languages. They think America is at the center of the universe.
Those fucking Amerocentric bitches.
So these are just generalizations, and there are people on both sides.
These are obviously specific complaints about past women that he's actually tricked into being with him for whatever short-ass amount of time he can actually maintain a relationship.
Number 35. Their intellectual curiosity doesn't go beyond the pages of Gawker or BuzzFeed. To get them to actually learn about the truths of the world is impossible. And lastly, Number 36. They drone on and on about the stupidest personal drama and nonsense, thinking that the day-to-day things that...
Well, I mean, it's their personal drama, so of course it's important to them.
Yeah, and also, like, what do you think you're doing right now?
There's no self-awareness here. We're basically talking to, like, just a mindless machine. Basically with a litany of wants, desires, and complaints.
Next video is Stefan Molyneux, a.k.a. Stephanie Manure.
Stephanie Manure. This is always exciting stuff.
What? Yeah, we probably won't get through the whole thing. What pisses me off about the Confederate flag? That's the title of the video.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have a child who grows up in a broken home, whose biological mother is absent for large chunks of his life. After giving a child to an abusive, controlling, and violent man who already has one child out of wedlock with a different mother, this kid ends up living with his father and new stepmother, who gives this violent, abusive, and controlling man another child.
Okay, so far I have no fucking clue what he's talking about. He always has these really long-winded explanations of things.
I'm just trying to figure out where it's going.
So the man has 3 children with 3 different women. And his father is constantly on the road with his construction business. He has a little to no male influence in his life, let alone a positive male influence in his life. He's abandoned by his stepmother of 10 years as she claims to be the victim of violent abuse at the hands of his father. She vamooses with her own children, leaving him rotting in this hellhole. He gets deeply involved in serious mind-altering drugs, which of course is a significant sign of the need to self-medicate after childhood trauma.
This is about the Confederate flag, right?
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have no clue what the fuck he's talking about at this point.
He hibernates in his room, isolated, separated, and dissociated through drugs, through alcohol, through video games, with no any kind of family, school, or community, or religious intervention. You see, his father goes to church a lot, but the church doesn't do anything about the child.
Okay.
He gets unemployed, remains unemployed. He's financially supported and enabled by his family.
You know, if you're going to tell a story this long about a character, you should probably give them some kind of name or something. Is this going to be you at the end, or is this going to be like an analogy for something? What's going on?
He is sparked by the Trayvon Martin George Zimmerman debacle.
Okay, so is he talking about the killer?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caught up in a massive media race-baiting narrative, gets arrested on felony drug charges, gets the future murder weapon less than a month later with money apparently given from dad, gets arrested again for trespassing, tells multiple friends he's going to go hurt people. He gives time frames, he gives location, he gives up to 6 months of warning that he's going to go and shoot lots of people. Nobody says anything. Everybody just looks the other way.
Okay, but the problem with that is that when someone has a pattern of behavior, like, I'm going to go harm things or do bad things, it's like, at a certain point, you're like, are they telling the truth? What's going on? It's like, oh, you should always report them. It's like, but we don't necessarily know if they're actually going to do something. And I mean, if you're trying to be in someone's life and trying to help them, I mean, you don't really know what the other people are doing. If they were just simply ignoring it, if he talked this way all the time, if he was talking about people who were supportive of his violent tendencies, we don't really know. That's not enough context.
Walks into a church and murders 9 black people in cold blood. And as the blood is still drying on the victims, everybody jumps in with their own narrative. Gun control! Systemic white racism! You name it! That's what we're dealing with! And now, you see it's all about the Confederate flag. Oh my God! The lengths that we will go to as a species to avoid talking about some essential, foundational, fundamental issues like how children are treated in society. Like the drug war.
So is he going off on a tangent now? I mean, like...
Look, the thing about the Confederate flag issue is like, okay, yeah, I understand you're trying to take this broader picture view of like, look at his shitty childhood and all this stuff. But the thing is that I think it's easier to tackle the issue of, hey, these racist ideologies got their hooks in this kid who was vulnerable, and he went off and did this thing. It's easier to say, get rid of that fucking influence, or at least work against that influence in whatever way you can. It's easier to do that than it is to fucking, you know, put an end to broken homes and shit. I don't know that society has any sort of answer for that shit. Like, you know, if some kid is born to a shitty mom and dad, there's not much society can do to fucking, like, fix them. Like, oh, we're gonna make these shitty, neglectful people into good people who are supportive and nurturing and, you know, financially stable and all this other stuff. I mean, there's probably things our culture could do to, you know, minimize this shit, but unfortunately, a lot of times it's libertarian fuckwits like you that stand in the way of those measures.
Like ridiculously high minimum wages in places that make it virtually impossible for young people to get jobs. Like barring them from getting into the trades by crazy lengthy apprenticeship programs. Licenses for selling...
So wait a minute. So you just feel like people should be able to get into a trade without having proper training to be in that trade?
You're a journeyman.
Why the fuck you gotta do all this apprenticeship shit? Yeah, because we want our fucking tradesmen to know what the fuck they're doing.
Right, and they study under someone who's usually, you know, like a master tradesman.
What are we supposed to do? Bend the laws of reality? Like, once we have the Matrix where we can just, you know, stab information in the back of your head, then we don't have to do that anymore. But until that day, maybe training is a good idea.
And yet again, I mean, obviously the attack on, oh, higher minimum wage, we don't need that, it's going to cost jobs, it's going to be so expensive, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I mean, what good is a job for most people? Now, and it's kind of this fallacious thinking where it's like all retail jobs are now worked by teenagers. Like, that's something more like in the 1970s. A lot of people now that work retail jobs depend on them. And you could say, oh, well, they didn't get educated or whatever, but I mean, you still need people to work these kind of jobs, like, and there always be people that are going to work those kind of jobs. So I mean, there should be a minimum kind of standard of living that people should try to be able to reach. I mean, if you pay them nothing, like $7 an hour, $8 an hour doesn't go very far in major U.S. cities. I mean,
yeah,
lemonade on your fucking lawn. No. You see, we gotta get out of that narrative. We've got to get out of that reality, and we've got to start talking about flags. Not child abuse, not unstable families, not drug abuse, not the war on drugs, not welfare, not any of these things.
You know what I mean? Like, you got a point to an extent. I mean, you're right. Those things should be addressed, but
I
it's
can
not
agree
like
with some of it.
It's not like those things are never addressed. There are people that work diligently towards all of those causes all the time, but unfortunately, we don't even all agree on a fucking solution to those goddamn problems.
No, definitely not.
The things I would want to do to address those problems, a lot of them you probably wouldn't fucking like.
Such as?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just using an example. I'd probably want to use a lot of state intervention that he wouldn't approve of.
The flag.
Yeah, he'd probably be a lot more
Dylan Roof actually told
in
everyone why he shot people. He didn't mention the Confederate flag. He's not like a bull. I saw red. I had to charge. Okay. If we listen to his history rather than his words.
But he fucking obviously extolled that flag and what it stood for, and there was a racist narrative going on. The reason he targeted black people was because of race.
Yeah, he was a white supremacist.
We looked into his fucking motives.
I think it's probably because he's an atheist and they were Christian, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, like, why do people just think they can sell their own narratives about this shit? I mean, I'm sure the stuff you say about the broken home, of course that contributes. But the fact is that his stated motive for doing this is, I'm racist, I think black people are a detriment to the culture, whatever. So, you know, we can't fix the fact that he came from a broken home. Maybe there are things we can do, and you know, sure. But society isn't just going to change overnight. The flag just became a symbolic issue. It's saying, hey, the state is not going to recognize this anymore. I mean, the states should have made this decision a long time ago anyway.
What pulled the trigger, what pulled his trigger, is as clear as blood in the rain. Confederate flag didn't murder 9 people. Gun did not murder 9
That's like
people.
saying
Flags don't murder people.
Yeah, that's like saying, oh, the Nazi flag didn't murder 6 million people. It's like, no, but it's a symbol of the people who did.
I wonder how he'd feel like if the place he lived in wanted to like adopt like the Soviet Union flag as its like official flag.
I'm sure he would have no problem with that.
Yeah, no big deal. It's just a flag.
Racism didn't murder 9 people. 1. Count 'em, 1 carbon-based life form, Dylan Roof, murdered 9 people.
Yeah, but we still look at his motives and why he did it.
It's not just his life form, but it's his entire consciousness and his decisions that murdered the people. Like, he bought the gun. Those were the tools he used to kill the people. I mean, we always hear that, guns don't kill people. People kill people. It's like, sure, but they're using a gun.
Usually.
Well, generally. That's the most common method in the U.S.
I was planning on stabbing you, though.
Well, you're a kind person.
Family, his school, his church, his community, the media, and the culture, all acting as accomplices by ignoring the clear and present warning signs, which led to the creation of a monster capable of such acts. Are we learning anything about stable families, about positive role models, about not having sex with violent men and giving them lots of children? No.
How come the onus is on the woman? That doesn't make any sense. You could never explain that.
Because it's this guy. That's why. You know?
You don't blame the man for being violent. You blame the woman for having sex with him.
It's not. It's the flag that did it. That's what we're going to focus on. It's all the same ignorance that produced him in the first place.
All right, so let me ask you a question. If, I know you hate fucking, feminists and shit. So what if whatever area you live in wanted to adopt, like, a feminist flag, but they said, well, it's not about feminism. It's just about, respecting this heritage.
Yeah, and out front of every public building, the flag is just waving in the wind right there.
There it is, the feminist flag waving around, and there's nothing you can do about it, even though you disagree with it. I think you would take fucking issue. I'm sorry. And I think that if a feminist went and killed a bunch of people, and then they decided we're going to take the feminist flag down, you'd probably be on here crowing like, yeah, finally, what a triumphant day.
And of course people say, well, the Confederate flag is a symbol of racism because in the South people owned slaves, though of course in the North people owned slaves as well. And the government history books tell us that the Civil War was about slavery. That question is at least debatable. I've got a whole presentation called The Truth About Slavery.
It was an aspect of it. I wouldn't say it was all of it, obviously. There were other things going on, but it was definitely part of it.
I mean, it was a pretty big part. It was pretty much the main driving force. Because, slavery was not just a moral issue. It was an economic issue.
Right. The North wanted the South to give up their free labor force, their labor force that they didn't have to pay for.
Yeah, it was basically they didn't want the federal government or the North telling them what to do as well.
Right.
Like, it was kind of like, we want to control our own, fate and destiny. We want slavery as long as we want it.
The issue that was the crux of the split was slavery, so...
Yeah. Past, present, and future, which you can link to below. Civil War had a lot to do with states' rights versus federal power. With taxes, you had 18.5% of the population in the South paying 2/3 of the cost of the federal government. Not particularly fair. You had only 4 or 5% of people in the South owning slaves. But apparently now, hundreds of years later, white people equals slave advocating racism.
Yeah, it's just because most people were poor even then. It was the rich white people that owned the slaves.
Right. And they owned a bunch of land for the slaves to work on.
Yeah, plantations.
Yep. And I'm sure other things, too.
Oh, sure.
And this issue of states' rights, you see people say it's a dog whistle. You can't hear it, but the racists can. States' rights means racism. No. States' rights means having competition for smaller government among the states as a way of controlling the size of government. Also, local governments tend to be smaller and more responsive to the people than larger, distant, bureaucratic organizations.
And
we still have state governments.
We do. And they do vote on things.
There's we have this entire formal structure of government. And there's always going to be arguments about what falls under the purview of the state, what falls under the purview of the federal government. And people are always going to have disagreements about that and where the line is, and there's really no fucking objectively right answer.
It's basically because in the libertarian view, it's well, the local government, the local people near you, that should be number one. Then the other things, the further and further it gets removed from you, the less power and authority they should have, if any. You know, it's okay, we've already heard this argument before. We heard Adam Kokesh on the show was just going on. It's would you force someone to do something? Would you want to force them? And it's well, no, you don't want to force them, but I mean, at the same time,
I guarantee there's people that Adam
progress?
Kokesh would want to fucking force to do certain things.
Yeah, but at the same time, he'd want to force everyone to basically have the same political beliefs and agenda as him.
You know,
and live in a society that has how he sees fit and how others see fit. I mean, it's come on. At any fucking belief system, you're going to force someone else to do something they might not necessarily want to do. It's just not going to exist, whereas no one is forced.
That's just a fact of life. It's a fact of political reality. And so those who want to continue to expand the power of the government want to do it primarily.
What'd you say?
I just said he agreed with Scotty, because after Scotty's little speech, where we left, when we came back on, he's like, that's just a fact of life. That's just a fact of reality.
Okay.
So,
through the federal government. Because if your local government taxes you more, you're more upset. You can do more about it. If the federal government taxes you more, and it's almost impossible to easily move to another country, then you're stuck.
I think we just need, as far as federal taxes go, we need to talk more about what is being done with the tax money. Yeah. I think the military is the first thing we should look at.
Yeah, there's so many there's so much government waste and shit. I would see it more as cutting the waste and actually investing more in the infrastructure of the country, which we know that whatever the big engineering board is, they're always fucking saying the infrastructure of the country is basically shit.
Okay, another point, we spend more per capita than any other country in the world on healthcare in the U.S. I think we spend $8,000 a person or something. It's if we had a single-payer healthcare system, we'd spend way less. So we could basically save a ton of money just by some simple reforms.
But Scotty, that would be communism.
It's not communism.
It'd be Kenyanism.
That there's communism, boy.
You know, right now we basically deal with this bureaucratic nightmare in our healthcare system. There's a million different insurance companies. We don't live longer. We don't have better healthcare outcomes. It's but we have the best healthcare in the world. It's sure, if you're rich. But why are we basically basing our system on what a small group of people can get and not what everyone can get?
You just think healthcare's a right.
I do.
It's a privilege.
All right, I think
communism.
I think we'll move on now.
Communism.
He looks like he's fucking staring at something really horrible right now.
He's probably reading his bullet points or whatever.
Yeah, but it looks like he's regressed into a bad childhood memory.
Yeah, it does.
Screenshots can be very unflattering.
I think he's thinking about the time his mom was beating him with a belt or something.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. All right.
This is for dressing like a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it may have sounded like, TJ. Good job.
Yep. That's my impression of that hypothetical scenario. That
What's next?
Almost
no more wire hangers!
Brett Keane has decided to help everyone out by
Brett
making
Keane.
a tutorial.
Wow, cool.
I'm going to teach y'all how to...
Google Hangout. So Brett Keane's going to show us how to make a Google Hangout.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God TV Radio, as well as Brett Keane Superstar. Make sure you check out my gaming channel, Games You Love. Today I'm going to do a tutorial to teach Positively Godless how to make his own live hangout, how to actually open up his own room, and be able to make sure that it's protected and controlled. Hopefully, whenever I'm doing this video, guys like the Amazing Atheist will also learn how to open up his own Google Hangout.
I like how he's branded this as a tutorial, but really, it's just an attempt at some sort of ponage video.
Well, I wouldn't say
while he's opening a Google Hangout.
I wouldn't say it's an attempt, Ben. I think he's definitely
Oh,
succeeded.
fuck.
We've been destroyed once
He
again.
shreds all of us so bad in this video.
Instead of rely on an idiot that looks like Rey Mysterio named Ben, a part of the Drunken Peasants, to do.
So he's making this to help even TJ because
someone a stupid.
It's so nice of him, huh?
He has to. And what was the question?
Hey, shut up, you idiot that looks like Rey Mysterio.
Right.
It's like I'm looking at Rey Mysterio right now as I look over at you.
So who would you asked, who would you rather look like, Brett Keane or Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, who would you rather look like? Hey, audience, who would you rather look like, Brett Keane or Rey Mysterio?
If you're not sure who Rey Mysterio is, just do a
Google it.
Yeah.
I
think most people would rather look like Rey Mysterio.
You see, there's a lot of
I would
people
rather
out
look like
there
Rey Mysterio.
where they end up having to stream directly into their page, and this causes a lot of technical issues and lag and all that. And plus, it only allows the certain people to get in that are on your Skype list to do that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we do it that way.
Yeah, because we run a show, not just like some sort of free-for-all hangout.
We're not running hangouts.
Yeah,
that's not what we're doing. So why would it's like they need to stop doing what they're doing and start doing something else?
Well,
it's like no.
I've always noticed Brett Keane throughout his history is always like, "Well, I'll talk to you, but you got to do it my way." You know, it's always the way he wants to do it.
Why would anyone take advice from Brett Keane? This is the guy that's fucking been, as we've known for a fact, is false flagged, has created and fucking closed about 1 million YouTube accounts. You know, had sock accounts, has fucking plagiarized. We're going to listen to him for advice on how to run a YouTube channel. It's like, okay, yeah, this makes perfect sense.
It's like taking comedy lessons from Rob Schneider.
Interesting that the drunken dumbasses were actually able to open up a hangout. Where
The
up to 10
drunken
people-
dumbass, I'm a dog. Oh, burned. You guys.
Hey guys,
where did it go?
Butt King show is fat, huh? Yeah, he's fucking. He looks.
TJ, you know,
he looks fat, huh? Yeah.
All kidding aside, I mean, what can we really say to that? I mean, he shredded us.
You're talking stupid.
Dude, you've been burned by fucking lava,
Why
TJ.
are you talking
You've been
People
burned
can come in and chat with
by
them
the sun.
and question them. I would like to see the Drunken Peasants open up to the public where Christians can come in and debate them.
Why?
I don't think that TJ
No, thank you.
and
You
his
want
little
to
brother
basically
Scott
host the hangout. Or would you say, anyone come here? That's not going to lead to a bunch of trolls coming into the business.
Right.
Yeah, give me a break.
I like this is the title of this video. It's Live Hangout Tutorial dash The Amazing Atheist and Positively Godless, who I don't know. I think that's some sort of atheist YouTuber that knows Brett Keane. And at the end, Brett Keane will be like, "Well, I like this guy because he's nice. He's not an asshole like TJ."
He'll hate him in a month.
Yeah. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
they have the capacity or ability to debate people. And I especially realize that whenever you open up public hangouts,
we've debated people on the show
cause
plenty of times.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. Like, you guys don't want to debate people. It's like,
we've had you on the show. You had a chance to debate us, and you sat in the corner like a silent little worm.
Yeah.
Did I have no problem debating Brett Keane? Like, what is he going to fucking really bring to the table? Oh, he has some new original fucking theist argument or God believer argument?
I'm a God believer.
to where, how shall I say, random
We're
individuals
also not a
that
fucking
come in.
one-issue show.
Random individuals.
We're not a fucking one-issue show. It's not the only... This is the Atheism podcast. It's like, that's not the only thing we want to debate or talk about, so why would we do that?
Yeah. Talk to you, ask you questions, and there's no way you can actually get yourself prepared for something like that. I deal with that every single day. Every time I open up a Google Hangout, random non-believers will come in and God believers,
Yeah,
and they'll challenge
that's
me to
why we
debate.
don't fucking do hangouts. We don't want our show to just be like a random chaotic mess of people coming in and like maybe some are trying to make points, but you can't even pay attention to it because there's so many other fucking people trying to talk. And then people coming in just to troll and like play music or fucking, you know, someone could just come in and like post like videos of cock or something.
TJ, Breaking's going to show you how to prevent that.
No, he's just going to show us how to make one like we're all
He's
fucking
going to
stupid.
show you how to prevent that, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be condescended to by someone who's this fucking dumb, you know? It's like if fucking Forrest Gump comes up to you and he's got like some cocky attitude, like he knows some shit.
He had a lot of good lines, TJ. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
You know, sometimes you get Brett Keane.
They'll ask me questions right on the fly. And
When
it's
they're
a lot
flying.
different than
They ask you
sitting there
questions about the
doing
movie The
something
Fly?
that's
That's pretty interesting.
predetermined or pre-recorded.
What did you think of Jeff Goldblum's performance?
He's saying something about pre-recorded. I don't know. I don't know if he's still talking about us or not.
Who knows?
But nothing we do is pre-recorded. I mean, it very rarely.
Yeah.
Nothing during this show. Maybe if we have an announcement or something
This has
like
all
that.
been pre-recorded.
Yeah.
The pre-recorded podcast with Ben and TJ.
Believe it or not, yes.
Where people come in
Yeah,
and
now let's
then
wrap this up, guys, because I gotta go to lunch.
Oh shit, we gotta edit that out.
Oh fuck, sorry.
God damn it, TJ.
Oops.
you already know the questions or the topics and all that. To actually be asked questions on the fly, that's the true challenge.
Everything we do is on the fly. I mean,
But we're not challenged on the fly, Ben.
Yeah, but we don't talk about The Fly too, because it sucked.
Yeah, we're not going to go there.
I think. And plus, it'll cause where the amazing atheist doesn't have to rely on an idiot that looks like Rey Mysterio to get his stuff
What
going
did Ben
for
ever
him.
fucking do to you? Of all of us, he's the nicest. Why is he always the idiot?
Yeah, I'm the one that actually said I would attack Brett Keane's family. Like, I literally said that just to troll him. And he's like, that loser Ben.
Rey
Mysterio. Ben.
I mean, I've been called way worse things than saying I look like Rey Mysterio.
Shut up, Ray.
Well, you know, Brett Keane, Rey Mysterio did unintentionally kill someone. Ben might have to unintentionally kill you in the ring.
In the ring at
SummerSlam. That's actually
I'm
coming
gonna
up.
teach you all how to make a
SummerSlam is
Google
coming
Hangout.
up.
I mean, Brett Keane's even talked about wrestling before, like he's a fan. I mean, does he have a problem with Rey Mysterio? I don't know.
Could Brett Keane be racist?
Rey Mysterio. Brett Keane doesn't like him because one time Brett tried to get Rey Mysterio to sign his balls, and Rey declined. And Brett's like, "This is unfair.
Well,
I
I mean,
was an attractive woman. You'd sign my breasts."
I don't even like. I don't even look like Rey Mysterio.
What are you
No.
talking about, Ben? You're the spitting fucking image. I always assumed you were Rey Mysterio's twin.
A 5'2" bald Hispanic guy.
Yes.
Yep,
That's what
of
I am.
course.
That's exactly what you
Obviously.
Actually, I think he may be taller than that, but he's not that tall.
look like. Nope.
And of course, if any of you open up a Google Hangout, you want to invite me to come in and talk
Oh,
to me.
yeah,
I'm more
of
than
course.
happy
Of
to
course,
do it. I
obviously, the
love
first thing you want to do
real-time
is
chat.
invite Brett Keane. What's wrong with you? Invite him right the fuck now.
Here we go
We're not
first.
going to because we're afraid of him. You know, he's going to shred us with his mad debating skills. So we're smart. We're going to bow out of that one.
Oh, but you know, we
That's
can't
like,
do
you
it.
know-
We can't do it here on the show when we stream.
Having a fucking Google Hangout with Brett without Brett Keane there would be like trying to have an orgy with no Triscuits, you know? You know, the orgy can't really get started till we have some Triscuits to snack on.
It's like how you need, like, when you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you need some, like, mustard and mayonnaise and ketchup.
yeah, you know, and some,
yeah.
and some like fresh salmon to put on there
Yeah,
too.
obviously, yeah. Of course.
Some herring.
Yeah.
Spot on, TJ. Spot
Click
on.
upload.
Click
You then are
load.
going to hit.
Ben's favorite Metallica album.
Now we're
You're
gonna
gonna come over here on the right
my
side.
wife. I mean, this
You can
button.
hit broadcast. Now wait a few seconds, and it's going to open up this.
He seems like he's getting physically exhausted.
Oh
Dude, this
god,
is
all
really
this
taxing.
clicking is.
Look, he has some conditions, so he's tired.
Then you click this.
Now to
It's so exhausting typing.
chat and broadcast. We're going to click share, and if you put it out to the public, everybody will be able to get in. Of course, it always helps to put a link out there in the comments board, or even right here for people, so they know how to click on it, come into your Hangouts. There we go.
So yeah, and then he just makes the hangout and he shows all the controls.
Oh,
hey guys,
Red Keane still on, huh?
Here's how to make a grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay, first step is the drunken morons couldn't even make a grilled cheese sandwich if their life depended on it. That's first. That loser Ben.
Fucking heard the amazing
You know,
atheist
why does he
shoved a
wear a
grilled cheese
mask?
sandwich up his ass.
Why does he wear a mask? He must be ashamed of himself. You know, I'm Brett Keane. I want to tell you to read the Quran and make yourself a grilled cheese sandwich.
Anyway, you need some cheese.
The end. Yeah, fuck this.
All right, so we're gonna move on now. Here's a news segment. Man shoots firework from on top of head and dies.
Always a good decision.
Happy. Like that. He was fun to be around.
He was happy. He died happy. He was like, wee, boom!
That's
yeah, he
how
probably
Caleb
did die
Moses
happy.
describes his
I'm having
friend
a
Devin
good time.
Staples. They were enjoying a house party in Calais when things took a turn for the worst.
And I'm
Moses
callous
says he and his
towards him.
girlfriend left the party just before it happened.
He said that it felt like somebody was pushing her. So.
I don't even see how this is relevant to this story.
She felt like she was. I always hate that kind of shit. Like, we felt the presence, so we knew we had to leave. It's like, you felt like, so a ghost made you leave the party? Did Casper show up like,
Ooh, something bad is going to happen. Leave.
She thinks it was her great-grandfather watching over her.
22-year-old Staples died around 10 o'clock Saturday night after state police say he set a firework off on the top of his head. The explosion killed him instantly. It's the first fireworks-related death since fireworks became legal in Maine 3 years ago.
We do have an ordinance here in the city of Calais that we follow, and that's just for the use thereof as far as when you can and the situations around it.
Part of the ordinance is that you can't light them on top of your head.
I'm gonna put an explosive on top of my most fucking important body part.
Yeah, I think common sense dictates you don't put fireworks on top of your head.
But outside of that, it's on the consumer.
He jumped into a wood
Police say
chipper and
Staples
sadly
was
he
drinking at a
died.
friend's home on South Street.
There's a reason why it goes boom. It's not just a benign piece of fun. It's truly dangerous, and it does go boom, unfortunately.
Moses says the world is losing a smart, kind young man.
We lost a smart man,
I'm sure he was probably drunk, but I don't think he was very smart because I've never been drunk and like, you know what, it's time to put an M80 on my head just to see what happens.
Hey guys, I'm drunk, so I'm gonna fucking tie these cinder blocks to my legs and push myself off a boat into the Atlantic Ocean because I think it'd be cute.
Airsoft when we were younger, we were pretty young. I was like probably like 7 or 8 when I first came over here. And they were my first friends on the street. So.
And now he's dead.
I feel like in a lot of these interviews, they interview like the friend of the friend. Like,
here's some distant fucking person. I knew him when we was kids, and now he exploded.
I mean, they said he was at the party, so
yeah.
I mean, they must have hung out at least somewhat. So I guess it's not totally irrelevant to interview him.
Some of his brains got in my eye.
Well, they said they left, so they didn't see it. They just basically heard about it, obviously, shortly after.
All right, here's the O'Reilly factor.
Finally,
O'Reilly,
the best show of all.
Back in the book segment tonight, things are really getting crazy here in New York City after the election of Uber liberal Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Uber, he's Uber liberal. You're Uber liberal.
In fact, City Council now debating whether to require the cops to identify themselves in writing while making stops at civilians.
Okay.
Yep. That'd be horrible.
Ooh, what a fascist dictator this guy
They
is,
would
de
have to
Blasio.
write down their names.
What kind of country do we really want to live in, TJ? Where the police have to identify themselves and what their purpose is and why they're stopping people? What kind of America is this?
Listen to what else he complains about.
This country might as well burn. You know, they might as well just burn the American flag in New York City and raise the communist flag.
Also, City Council may make chokeholds a crime.
Okay.
Oh my God, no!
Not chokeholds. Those are very important. You know, the cops are just trying to do their job.
What will cops
Why do we
do
want to
without
limit
chokeholds?
Why do we want to limit the powers of the police? Why do we want to do that? How can they really protect us unless we take away all our rights and freedoms?
I for one am outraged that the police cannot choke me.
Police should be able to choke TJ whenever they want.
What if I want to be choked? God damn it! Is there a clause for me? Like, can I request that the officer choke me? Maybe I give him a little tip or something.
Maybe you guys go around the corner to like a dungeon or something. You know.
I consent to this choking.
It's a study
De
found that
Blasio,
85% of New
liberal
York City
fascist.
police now fear being proactive on the job, and that manifests itself in a variety of ways.
Good. Fuck 'em.
Enter the busiest train depot in the country, Penn Station.
Okay.
In the past
let's enter
year, it has really gone downhill.
Oh.
So he's going to show us how Penn Station in New York has
Is now
gone
just
down
a cesspool of crime.
Do you guys come in and out of Penn
Rap
Station
music
often?
started playing.
I do. I commute from New Jersey.
Does it affect you psychologically when you see homeless people in and out of this area?
Sure. Yeah, I think
It affects her psychologically.
I can't stand these homeless people.
Oh my god, no one has it worse than me. I have to look at homeless people.
Go take a bath or something. God.
If you fucking had one, you miserable fucking
Oh
poor piece of shit.
as a human being, you can't help but see that and feel something.
I see the upswing.
Yeah,
I see
disgust.
a lot more people
'Cause you're a fucking
basically
bitch.
living here.
Living here.
In the stairwells, in the back areas.
When you're here and you see homeless people in Penn Station,
I have an
how do you
idea.
react?
Maybe we should give them houses.
What?
Communism.
You are a communist!
Oh, shit.
I always suspected you were a fucking communist, TJ, but now you've outed yourself. Give a bunch of slimy, slacker, lazy, good-for-nothings a free house. We don't, TJ, why don't we just empty our bank accounts and just give these homeless losers all of our money, too?
Okay.
You disgust me, TJ.
Then they wouldn't be homeless anymore.
Yeah, they would, because they're all degenerates. The only reason people become homeless is because they're addicted to drugs. They just don't want to play by the rules.
Speaking of addicted to drugs.
It's kind of heartbreaking to see other people who don't have houses and don't have money to buy food, and it's a possibility
This
that they
girl
could die.
disgusts me. Don't sympathize with
Why
the
they
homeless
let
scum.
some communists on the fucking this show? Oh, the Riley factor's gone downhill.
I don't know what's up with all this music.
In Penn Station, you're not allowed to loiter, sleep on the floor, or panhandle. These violations should get you either kicked out, fined, or thrown in jail. Technically, you're not allowed to loiter
So
and
wait,
panhandle.
your solution to the homeless problem is either kick them out or put them in jail or fine them.
Yeah, because
they don't even have a house. You think they
One
got
of
like
these types here. Can't they go somewhere else? This displeases me.
Handle.
Right.
Are they enforcing that?
I don't think so. I really don't see them moving them anywhere. You just saw a cop walk by and they didn't talk to him. They don't talk to any of the guys.
You live here. You sleep here too?
Yes.
Are you allowed to sleep here?
Yes.
What are you doing here at Penn Station today?
Nothing much. Picking up cans and bottles.
How much can you make off recycled cans and bottles?
You make some $20 a day.
Whoa, this guy's totally playing the system.
We need to find this piece of shit. Look how he's exploiting us. Making $20 a day collecting cans and bottles.
You know, I really love how, like, it shows you, like, how heartless the people in this segment are. It's just like, oh, look at these people. Why are they allowed to live here? It's all like, do you really think they want to be homeless and living in a fucking train station? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
And I survive off of tips that people give me.
Do the authorities here allow you to sleep here?
They
You got,
let
like, a
you
service
sleep
you're
up
providing,
until a certain time.
Do the authorities ever give you a hard time?
No, not about me. Not about nobody.
How long have you been homeless?
Oh, it's been like since 2005.
You don't have any health insurance?
Oh, sure. They give you that when you get on welfare.
How'd you wind up in this situation?
She's on welfare, but she still has to live in a train station. Maybe you should move to, like, somewhere less expensive, where you could actually, like, at least get, like, a trailer or something.
Drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Oh, she spent all the welfare
How do you
on
make
crack.
money?
Prostitution.
How do you make money to get by?
Oh, I have a pretty good stipend
Prostitution?
from the federal government.
Who's that
Do you
desperate
have any
coming through
addiction?
there?
I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if they act like these people are in this situation, like, yeah, people have personal responsibility. I'm not saying, oh, these poor people, they all just got fucked over.
Hey, Scotty, you want me to buy you a prostitute? I just saw one.
Yeah,
I think you might like.
I think I'm good.
You sure?
TJ.
She does anything.
TJ, we all know the person.
Anything, Scott.
We know the person that really wants a prostitute here is you.
She's not the most attractive, but, you know, in the dark.
When TJ was in Amsterdam, I think he took out about €800. We didn't see him for like several hours, so it could have been cocaine or it could have been prostitutes.
Sniff, sniff, cocaine.
Sniff, cocaine. We'll take the cocaine.
Drink?
Yeah.
What's your favorite drink?
Beer.
How many times have they asked you to leave Penn Station?
A couple.
Do you think you need help with your drinking?
No.
Do you have rum in your pocket?
I got
right
it
there?
all under
Yes,
control.
I have Bacardi in my pocket right now.
Are you allowed to sleep down here? No? Do you ever sleep here? For how long?
8 hours.
Do you ever feel scared when you see homeless people here?
Yeah, because you never know what they could do.
I was attacked going up the stairs one time. They just walked right up to me, grabbed my face, and he was just like talking craziness. And I was just going to work.
So the poor, scared white people are afraid of the evil homeless people.
I was attacked by a little bald dude in the subway. He wasn't homeless.
If someone starts saying some crazy shit to you, they're probably mentally ill, and of course they're not really getting any help, so they kind of just get pushed to the places like train stations and other places where they can actually survive in some capacity.
So I repeat my previous query. Why don't we just buy these people houses?
It's not why don't we buy people houses? Why don't we just build houses for homeless people? They've done.
Well,
that
I mean, they already
states.
built the fucking train station, and that's where they're living right now.
Right. Just put them in some other little thing, and you know, give them whatever like rations or some shit, and they could just go to their own little thing and you know just suck on the government.
I mean, other states have
and
actually
accept,
done
like, the
this.
bare
though.
minimum of existence.
I think it's like
basically.
Utah that's actually built houses for most homeless people, and they pretty much just eliminated it as a problem.
Yeah,
if I'm remembering the right state, but I mean, it's like, why don't we just deal with this issue?
Who could have predicted that houses were the solution to homelessness?
Yeah, I know. It's like, what a novel idea. I really just don't get why people are so against it. It's like, look, these people are going to exist. It's like, the reason you deal with them is because they're forced into these kind of situations. Like, even if they are responsible, yeah, they are drug addicts, and some of them have problems or mental illness, but like, that means they're just going to be ignored and just pushed off, and it's like you were probably attacked by some crazy person because they shouldn't have even been there to begin with. That's the only places they can actually spend time or be somewhere. Like, what else are they going to do? Just wander the streets? I mean, it's fucked up because these are these people's lives. They're just like so oh, well, they're annoying. It's like, yeah, some minor annoyance to you is their fucking entire existence. And you're so fucking absorbed into yourself. You're like, oh, how dare they? I was walking up one time and someone asked me for change. They ruined my day.
Me for money. He asked me.
Oh no!
It's very aggressive when they touch you. I felt very uncomfortable and threatened.
I heard someone pick up a chair and wanted to hit me over the head with it. You know, when I asked them to leave the premises.
How long have you been in business in Penn Station?
1987, so 28 years.
There's more homeless now than ever. You know, I don't know. I think it's the mayor's fault, to be honest with you.
Do you see a change in the level of homeless activity at Penn Station under de Blasio?
I see more homeless. You know, I feel bad for a lot of these people. I do try to help them out, but
you're just causing them to go there more.
Yeah, it's like when you feed stray cats; they keep coming back.
at the same time, I don't like when they affect our customers.
Sometimes they'll stand in front of the store. We won't notice it right away, and they're panhandling.
I'd say when Giuliani was mayor, I saw more enforcement. Every morning we have to mop the floor and for human waste. So, I mean, if we really want to help the homeless...
Aren't there, like, bathrooms in there? Come on, don't use the floor, guys.
Yeah.
Bar like anyone. Why aren't we doing more?
So, how do you feel about this thing that they put together here at Fox News? What do you think is the message?
The message is, under Giuliani and Republican leadership, you know, we were tough on crime.
So...
We're tough. It's just now that there's a Democrat in there, it's like, obviously they're not going to keep all the same policies, and it's probably been told them that's just a trivial matter, and it's not really worth much enforcement unless they're causing a huge disturbance. So it's basically how the laws are being applied and enforced, but I mean, of course, when you go from these Republicans who are all tough on crime, it's going to change.
Well, we need to crack down on the homeless. Those are the real criminals.
Yeah, that's the real problem with society, homeless people.
All right, next one. It's another.
Not the fact that they're homeless and have those problems. The fact that we have to deal with
the fact that good old white folk have to deal with them on the train platform.
Well, there's white homeless people, you know, Scotty. Don't be racist.
Don't be racist, Scotty. Stop it, Scotty.
Stop it, Scotty.
Let's talk about the heroism of
The
Bristol
fuck is this
Palin.
shit?
Seriously, don't laugh. She got pregnant again, the second time for the unmarried gal.
And I'm
now,
the
once
father.
again, she's fodder for comedians and afternoon chuckle buckets. Look!
Were you shocked about the Bristol Palin baby number
Chuckle
2 with
buckets.
the second baby's father?
Chuckle
Were
buckets.
you shocked? I wasn't, because here's what I say. You never...
Yeah, I don't know about this one because they're playing TV stuff.
Fuck it then.
Yeah, let's go.
Also, it looks dumb.
Yeah, it does look dumb. I thought it was Fox News, and that's usually endlessly entertaining.
But not this time.
No, that
This
guy
time
sucks.
it's dumb.
Chuckle buckets.
Yeah, chuckle buckets with your fuckle schnuckles.
Senator from Spartanburg. 3 minutes, please.
Mr. President, members of the Senate, we had. Can I get a little order? This is
the South Carolina flag debate.
Can
I get a little order in here?
Order.
Yes.
I got a sword behind me. I'll stab you.
Little order, please.
Little
order.
Members of the
Little
Senate,
order, please.
I heard our president sing a religious hymn, and then Friday night, I watched the White House be lit up in the abomination colors. It's time. We've got Amazing Grace. We've got people in the stands here of faith. It is time for the church to
Abomination
rise up.
colors.
It's time for the state of South.
The rainbow is supposed to be a symbol of man's covenant with God, according to your religion.
Yeah, why would it be an abomination? That's
it was
very strange.
what he used to say that he was never going to flood the entire earth again because apparently he regretted it, even though he's perfect.
Romans chapter 1 is clear.
The video's playing very poorly. I wonder if it's just the video. Anyway, we can listen to it.
The Bible is clear. This nation was founded on Judeo-Christian principles, and they are under assault by men in black robes who were not elected by you.
You
That was
wrong.
Not elected by you.
You wrong. I'm so sick of them making the same arguments. We've already refuted these points. So we might as well just make fun of how stupid and fatty and ugly he is. And the fact there's a sword that looks like it's just, like, itching to jab itself into his back, and I wish it would. I wish that sword would just, like, start levitating as if lifted by the hand of God itself, and then it just decapitates him and then floats back to its place. And then everyone just kind of stares for a minute and says, well, God has made his opinion clear.
God hath spoken.
He does not agree with this fat asshole.
So you tired of this guy? You want to move on? Or
We've already addressed the arguments he's making so many times. I just don't know how many times I can rephrase the same thing that we've already said about this. Because, I mean, like, all these conservatives, they're basically just clones of each other on this
they ain't
issue.
come out and they new shit on this anytime soon.
Yeah, like, come up with some new arguments, conservatives.
Someone sent me an interesting video. I don't know if you've seen it. I guess quite a few months ago, Captain Awesome came back and made a video.
Neat.
Do you want to see that?
Sure,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious.
So, a lot of people have wondered whatever happened to Captain Awesome. Captain O Awesome.
Hey, wait a minute.
Unpopular YouTuber.
His voice is very different than it used to be.
Yeah, it's like he went from being like kind of youngish to like now he's like more. It looks like
he's in his 30s.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Yeah, because it looked like he was late 20s. Now he kind of like has a more of like the has like a couple kids and like has like a a house in Middle America feel to him.
His hair looks like it's from the 80s to me.
Yeah, it does.
Who quit after some YouTube drama on here, just deleted his channel or some such. And I'm going to answer those questions because I'm Captain Awesome. So, I don't know if anybody's actually even going to see this video other than the 10 people who somehow mysteriously found, like, the channel that I used to just
well, they're going to see it now.
Yeah. Yes, Captain Awesome.
Well, I think we all kind of remember why you left. Anyone that knows the whole drama behind that, like, and the thing with Hard Case owns
Well, let's see what he actually says about it.
Kevin.
On YouTube for, like, just to show some friends of mine my juggling, like, how people found it is mysterious, but 10 people have subscribed, so those 10 people at least will get an answer to the question of whatever happened to me. I did not die. I heard that rumor that I died. No, I didn't die in a rock climbing accident or anything else.
What is going on?
Why did I quit YouTube? I don't know. It just...
I don't know.
There's like some
You know, it wasn't fun anymore. It was pretty much the whim. I'm like, and...
What?
He's saying he quit YouTube because it wasn't fun anymore. He explains.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm over YouTube. I'm not doing it anymore. Like, I wasn't making a living off of it. It was taking up a lot of time. It just... I kind of stopped making videos anyway at that point. And then the whole thing with fake segging went along, which I'll get into a little. Actually, I'll just get into now. Like, maybe I went a little overboard at that end, but you have to understand, when I first started YouTube, I pretty much was...
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It's rain on a rooftop because he's getting some little trailer somewhere.
like the only person doing like shock value atheist videos. And my whole idea was, I'm going to just shock people. I'm just going to shock them, you know. And I always thought I'd eventually get kicked off of YouTube. And later, when
let me just like, I remember this person well because for a long time, this was like the guy whose channel I was envying. So I made it my business to like build a complete psychological profile of him in my mind. And, like, the attitudes that he's describing, maybe those are how he felt. Okay? First of all, he took his channel ultra fucking seriously, and every time I even started to creep up to him in sub numbers, he would fucking do something to push it. He was he made shit tons of videos.
Oh yeah, there's people making sock accounts
And
to
the
keep him
entire
above you too.
the
Remember
entire
that?
reason he left was not because of this cavalier, like, oh, whatever, you know, I'm gonna go now. It was because the fucking after the scandal, everyone fucking piled onto him because, and rightfully so, because he was a douchebag. I don't know how much he'll get into it, but basically, like, he left because everyone hated him.
million people picked up my shtick, like a million people started just doing the same thing as me. It became way harder to shock somebody, you know? Like, I faked my own death early on, and everyone was like, "Ah, that's awful, why did you do that?" And I was laughing. You know, there's something funny about
I remember when he did that.
Getting a rise out of people, and it just became harder and harder to get a rise out of people. And eventually I was like, well, maybe this is the last fucking thing, and all of that went down. And I don't know if I regret it. I guess I regret it, or not. I don't know. I guess I don't really give a shit one way or another. Whatever.
That's nice. It's good to know you don't give a shit about what you did, because, you know, you fucked up a lot of people's lives.
And so I quit. I quit on a whim. I joined YouTube on a whim. I quit on a whim. It probably wasn't, like... For a while, I guess it was important, like, an important part of my life, but it probably wasn't as important as, like... I don't know. Like, everybody thinks, you know? Like, all these YouTube people who are just so obsessed. I wasn't really, like... I wasn't really quite that way,
Man,
you know?
those fruits were bitter anyway, huh?
Yeah, this is very revisionist, where it's like, you know, like, it was a time in my life, and I guess I kind of regret it, maybe not, but, you know, all in all, it wasn't really that important to me. Like, no, this dude was obsessed with his YouTube channel, his career, like, he had dedicated fans, and his channel wasn't all about shock. It was, a lot of it was, like, him trying to be funny.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, this isn't even really true. Like,
Yeah, he made more. He made a lot more joke videos where he was trying to amuse people than he did like shock videos. I mean, there was those occasionally, but like a lot of the videos I remember of his were like random internet man, or his little thing where he would talk about how he likes his coffee, where he basically just makes it like coffee, and instead of sugar he puts more coffee, and then instead of cream he puts coffee, and then, you know,
it almost came across like he was trying to do like a Tom Green-esque kind of show channel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also promote his libertarian politics too.
Yeah, it wasn't like totally like apolitical or like, you know, not serious, but there was a lot of humor to it as well. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna shock people.
Just like something to do because I was a pretty boring person in my regular life and didn't have that much to do. And when I quit, I was sort of developing my other interests, like traveling and rock climbing, and And when I developed those other interests, I stopped making YouTube videos.
Wait a
so
minute, hold
I had
on. You had a rock climbing channel on YouTube simultaneously with your atheism comedy channel. So that was not some new interest that you developed. And, I mean, the fact is, you didn't... If you had just vanished for no apparent reason and you were making this video, I'd believe every word you were saying.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
But the fact is, you left amidst, like, a huge scandal where everyone in the community was pretty much against you. And you can't just say now, like, well, I just did it to get a rise, and that was, you know, was, like, funny, you know, what happened or whatever. No, you fucked up majorly.
Yeah, I mean, you basically made a sex tape, released it, you know, made a video to the person you basically hated after you moved because you were worried they were going to come after you, was like, how tastes my pee-pee? You know what I mean? Maybe part of it was like a shock value thing, but, you know, at the same time, the reaction was basically like, you're kind of a heartless dick.
Okay, let's be honest here. The real story is that this guy right here had a thing for Ocean, who was Case's girlfriend.
Yeah.
He was jealous that she wanted to be with Case instead of with him.
Yeah.
And so he outed her by showing that sex tape and, you know, basically making it publicly available, basically just as a fuck you to her, a fuck you to Case, a fuck you to them having a relationship. You know, and, you know, one could argue that, you know, Case overreacted to the whole thing, but he'd basically been lied to.
Yeah, because that context, he kind of like knew that they knew each other, but it was like said it was like, you know, that he was her cousin.
Yeah, they claim to be cousins. It's kind of like complicated and stupid.
It's a complicated, overly complicated story, but yeah.
But basically, it boils down to this guy right here that we're looking at did a bunch of fucked up shit.
Yeah,
and now he's trying to act like, oh no, I didn't leave because I did that fucked up shit and everyone got mad. I just left because, you know, I was tired.
Yeah, I naturally evolved away from you.
Last thing to do, and I made that last thing, and then I was flying to Alaska for 3 months to travel around Alaska, and I didn't have any means of making videos up there. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have any means of making videos. I didn't really have the desire to, and it was like, well, I'm gonna go on this trip, and I'm not gonna be able to do YouTube, and so I'm just gonna quit. And so I quit. And then I went to Alaska, and then I came back, and then I started going on this crazy journey that I've been on for the last 5 years. This crazy journey of traveling and hitchhiking and rock climbing, and I've gone to South America. I actually hitchhiked to South America from Las Vegas. Should have made videos about that, but, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you've had a good life since, and congratulations, but don't try to rewrite what's happened.
Whatever. Yeah.
And for all I know, you're also just as disingenuous about your adventures, because, you know, you're already not a trustworthy narrator to me.
I'm just going to do a little short slideshow about what I've been up to in the last...
All right, let's take a look.
10 years, or what it... No, not 10 years. I don't know. It's probably 10 years since I started YouTube. And I'm 32 now, and goddamn am I a good-looking 32-year-old. I am fucking beautiful. Okay, short slideshow, what I was up to in the last 6 years.
Yeah, he's
probably
very
no one will ever
egotistical.
see this, but whatever. That's what happened to Capnoawesome. Peace. Oh, yeah, final note. My official channel got hijacked. I don't know if I really care, but if someone knows how to contact YouTube and get it back, that would be cool. Or YouTube, this is me. That's whoever has my channel. It's not me. Whatever. I don't really care that much, but
I don't care, but
I'm gonna
please
say
do
something.
it. And,
Yeah.
you know, let me see if I can get it back. You know, I don't care if I get it back or not, but, you know, maybe I could get it back. You know, if someone out there knows how I can get it back, you know, just let me know. But I don't care at all. Yeah. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Go ahead.
Let's check this out.
What is it? Oh, God.
Hello, my name is Karis
Hi.
Peters. I'm from Covenant Christian School in Spokane, Washington.
Oh.
The title of my poem is God in America by Carmen
Oh.
Dominic Lisiardello and revised by Ken Peters.
All right, TJ. I know you're already so ready to watch this.
This is gonna be good.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Samuel Adams, First Chief Justice John Jay.
Wish I had a Samuel
Name
Adams.
synonymous with the spirit of our
Wish I had a
country.
Jack Daniels.
Founding fathers.
People sit around and watch this.
I cannot imagine why.
If anyone who watches this for pleasure or recreation,
Over 200 years ago,
just
they
gas
shook off
needs
the
to
chains of
enter the
tyranny
room and
from
they
Great
need
Britain
to just
by
fall over.
divine call. Citing 27 biblical violations, they wrote the Declaration of Independence with liberty and justice for all.
Biblical what?
Yeah, what the fuck?
The fuck are you talking about? What?
God created man, TJ.
The Declaration of Independence outlined biblical what? No? What are you fucking talking about? It was an entirely secular document.
In the document, I believe it says all men are created equal.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Created.
The actual content of the document. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Created.
Yeah, that's about all you got in there, and then
They
the
were
rest is all
created,
just
TJ.
totally secular
What
argument
else do you
against
need,
the fucking
TJ? They were created.
There's nothing else you
monarchy.
need.
TJ, look, they were created. Created by God.
Yeah.
Game over. Checkmate.
Happened since Jefferson called the Bible the cornerstone for American liberty, then put it in our schools as a light.
You have obviously not read the writings of Jefferson on religion.
Yeah, definitely not. This is the same one guy that edited like miracles and other supernatural things out of the Bible.
Not only that, he wrote plenty of personal letters to friends basically saying that the concept of a personal God was worthless to him.
Give me liberty or give me death, Patrick Henry said. Our country was founded on the gospel of Jesus Christ.
No, it wasn't.
We eliminated
Hold
God.
on. If it was really the intention of the founding fathers to fucking establish this country in the name of Jesus Christ. Yeah, she does look stupid. But if it was really their intention, would they not have explicitly made that fucking clear? First Amendment. This country is founded in the name of Jesus Christ,
Yes.
and no one can ever argue that indisputable fact.
That's what they just should have written at the top.
Right.
You know,
If this was their intention,
saying.
was like, this is a nation under Jesus, under the Christian concept of Jesus. That's what we believe. Would they not have explicitly fucking said that?
From the equation of American life, thus eliminating the reason this nation first began. From the
So even okay, hold on. Even if that were true, so fucking what? I mean, the nation was founded on this. Okay, well, the nation was founded on a lot of things. It was founded on fucking slavery and tobacco. Does that mean those things are automatically good?
Yes.
I hear the voices of our founding fathers plead.
I hear the voices of hyperbole.
America. Again.
Yeah.
55 men.
I heard like these people in the crowd going, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's real
Yeah,
good.
yeah. She said.
Tell the truth.
Hey, she, she's saying things that, I agree with the things she's saying, You know what I'm saying?
You're garbage, TJ.
You know what I'm saying, Scotty?
You're fucking garbage, TJ. Shut up.
I fucking agree, huh?
You're not a real American.
I agree with what she's saying,
You're a
Scotty.
fake fucking American, TJ. You're
I
a
fucking
faker.
agree with her.
You're a fucking phony. You're a fucking phony, TJ, and you know it. This is a Christian country.
Is she wearing that giant scarf to hide the fact that she has tits, or to
She wants to be even more covered.
cover up that she doesn't have tits?
I think she needs to wear a burqa. She should, that scarf should be wrapped around her head. Why does she have this long hair exposed? It could tempt.
Yeah, what if someone gets tempted by her long hair?
Yeah, like what if another teenage boy sees that and he goes, "I'm so tempted, I just can't listen." It's like, God, I have to do this and sin. And she might even be tempted to sin. They need these people in the audience need to be wearing burqas and completely covered up.
Who formed the Constitution? 52 were active members of their church. Founding fathers like Noah Webster, who wrote the first dictionary, could literally quote the Bible chapter and verse. James.
Yeah, because it was way more important back then. No one needs to. No one. I mean, I guess some people still think it's important to be able to quote the Bible chapter and verse.
I don't really see that why that's even like a big deal. It's like Christianity was very important those times, and a lot of people put a lot of stock in it. But that was before a lot of modern science had come out, and we know a lot more about the universe and the way the world works at this point. It's like, okay, people 2,000 years ago believed in rain gods. You know, it's like they put stock and faith in these other things. It's like, yeah, because I had no better alternatives.
Your ancestors knew how to do the rain dance by heart. It's like, so fucking what? Doesn't work. Who cares?
Madison said, "We've staked our future on our ability to follow the 10 Commandments with all our heart."
So?
These men believed you couldn't even call yourself an American if you subvert the Word of God.
That's not true. Thomas Paine, who wrote some of the earliest fucking propaganda for America, wrote The Age of Reason, which is basically entirely a screed against Christianity and in favor of a more deistic worldview. And several of the founders shared his deistic worldview.
And not to mention, even some of the founders who were religious still were like, this should be a secular nation.
Yeah, because they didn't want the government interfering in their religious practice or anyone else's, because they knew they can't just codify one religion because people have differences. It would just end up like the very reason they fled England, you know, and some other countries
and
too.
Catholic countries.
In the first place is because
and some other countries too.
But you know, the reason they fled is because, you know, they were, a lot of them were fleeing religious persecution. They didn't want to be part of the official state. They wanted to go off and be able to practice their religion freely.
And guess what? There was no separation of church and state.
That's what we're saying. That's why it was so important as an American value to have that. And even those early Christians recognized it. But now these new Christians who have fucking been spoiled by this notion that, you know, someone needs to give them the country on a silver platter because they think their God promised it to them. I mean, they need to just calm the fuck down.
In his farewell address, Washington said, "You can't have national morality apart from religious principle." And it's true.
Religious principle. Now, he didn't say Christian principle.
You know, like, this girl's still pretty young, so I'm guessing this is an example of, you know, indoctrination. She's on a stage doing this, probably in front of like a crowd of parents, more than likely.
She looks old enough to have fucking grown past this bullshit, in my opinion.
I mean, different ages for different people.
150,000 kids carrying guns to these war zones we call public schools.
What?
In the 40s and 50s, student problems were chewing gum and talking.
Things were so much better in the 40s and 50s. Let's go back there, guys.
Yeah, back with Jim Crow, and, you know, where all that racism and, you know, the fact that women should basically be told their places in the kitchen and having lots of babies.
Let's give back our smartphones and internet, too. Oh, wait, no, we want to
modern technology is bad, too.
Yeah.
In 2015, theft and murder are the trend. The only way this nation can even hope
Yeah,
to
like,
lift this
I would say probably at least like 80% of teens have at least committed one murder.
At least one. I mean, I think I'm on my 20th murder now, being, you know, 27.
Like, you know, teens today, they steal as easily as they breathe. All of them.
And we're about to get the solution to the problem. It's definitely not going to be going back to God. That's definitely not going to be the solution.
No, she probably has some kind of secular
secular solution, yeah.
It's to put God in America.
Oh, I was wrong.
Put God in America again. Do you actually live in this country? Okay, go to any small town. And pretty much, I would guess, North America even, but especially the United States, and you will see a million fucking churches. Like, I see a million churches around here. This isn't even the South. It's a joke. It's like there's no religious or Christian influence in America anymore. It's like, really? Have you ever been anywhere in America? It's basically went from they dominated everything to America to now it's like they're just a loud vocal group but they don't get everything they want anymore.
Generation will be the philosophy of the government in the next. So when you eliminate the word of God from the classroom and politics, You eliminate the nation that word protects. America
Good.
is now number
Hold
one.
on. I'm totally cool with putting an end to that nation and building one that's like way better.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because
nation of the past.
The nation that you guys want kind of sucks and is repressive and doesn't really work for everybody.
In drug use and violent crime. Number one in illiteracy and divorce. Every day, a new holocaust of 5,000 unborn die. While immorality floods our streets like open.
So yeah, see, look at the crowd.
She knows what she's talking about. She's parroting my beliefs back to me.
Sewers. If there's ever been a time to rise up, church, it's now. And as the blood-bought saints of the living God proclaim that it's time to sound the alarm.
Gosh, she's
from
loud.
The church house
She doesn't even need a microphone.
to the White House and say, we want God in America again. I believe it's time, America, to stand up and proclaim that one nation under God is our demand and send this evil lifestyle back to Satan where it came from.
Theocracy, yes! That's what I've always wanted. Let's have a theocracy and everything will be perfect.
Yeah, the things I like are the parts where I like have to live my life according to their standards and can't make my own decisions.
The other theocratic countries are paradises on earth, like Iran, Saudi Arabia. Those
Well,
are
they chose the
places.
wrong religion to be theocratic about, you know? If only they were good Christians, those countries would be paradise.
Oh, okay. So if it was they were Christian, so if basically they changed it around, all became Christian, then everything would be perfect.
Yes.
Oh.
Like, if the Westboro Baptist Church were to take over Iran, then it would become a paradise on earth.
Oh, okay. It all makes sense now. I was very confused, but you've explained it very well, TJ.
Yes.
Thank you.
And let the word of God revive our dying land.
Our dying
For
land.
Jesus Christ is coming back again in all his glory. And every eye shall see him on that day.
Yeah.
That's why a new anointing of God's power is coming on us to boldly tell the world, you must be saved.
I hate to break it to you, but if you believe in God, God doesn't need to display his power. It's just like, I created everything. Like, if you honestly believe there's a being like that, why would he need any displays of power? And if you believe in the Bible, like, that's enough evidence for you. Like,
also, if he's coming and he's gonna save all these people, what does she care about all the? You know, why are they so concerned with fixing America and all this other stuff? If they believe that, you know, Jesus is coming back. I mean, doesn't the Bible say they're going to be persecuted? Shouldn't they welcome this supposed persecution that's being visited upon them because it's a sign that surely Jesus is coming back soon?
Because astrology won't save you. Your horoscope won't save you. The Bible says these things are all a farce. If you're born again, you don't need to look to the stars for your answers. Because you can look to the very one who made those stars.
Wow.
History tells us time.
Powerful imagery. Very evocative.
Time and time again. To live like there's no God makes you a fool. If you want to see kids live right, stop handing out evolution and start handing out the word of God.
Yes.
no
Finally.
more science. What has science ever done for anyone? It's worthless. It's just a waste of time.
Hey, evolution is not science.
Yeah, it's only the theory of evolution.
It's a theory.
It's not the law of evolution. Oh, yeah.
It is not the fact of evolution. It is the theory of evolution. Some, jackass made it up.
The only hope for America is Jesus. The only hope
If that's the only hope for America, we're fucked.
is him.
He doesn't exist.
If we repent of our ways,
No, I'm good.
stand firm
Yeah, fuck
and
that.
say, we need God
No.
in America.
No thanks.
Don't want
Again.
him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is like such an insane worldview that some girl can get up here and actually believe any of this shit she just said. like her parents, the people there, and like to not jump out of their seats and be like, "You're a fucking moron. This is a bunch of nonsense."
Well, it's obvious she's telling them exactly what they want.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what's obvious here. Is like this is some like kid that's basically like, you know, you need to do. You're basically part of this fucking cult of brainwashed morons who have no idea about anything in the world except the Bible.
Der Bible.
The Bible.
Der Bible.
All right, here's a new segment video. Hillary Clinton, people should and do trust me. That's a quote.
Secretary Clinton, thank you so much for talking to us today. You're here in Iowa for a couple of events. You're the front runner in this state, but we're also seeing Bernie Sanders attract a lot of attention.
Well, first of all, I always thought this would be a competitive race, so I am happy to have a chance to get out and run my campaign as I see fit and let other candidates do exactly the same.
Yeah, well, that's a very strong answer, Hillary.
Yeah, let me give some very vague answer that doesn't really answer your question, but I'm still talking and moving my lips and doing this interview.
Here's totally baked Hillary right here.
Hillary, we need to like Photoshop some smoke around her.
That if Hillary came out with a giant blunt, I would be like, well, maybe I'll vote for her then, but...
Hillary, we've just told you how to get our vote.
Yeah, just come out with a fucking fatty and be like, you know what? You know, like when she's in Colorado or something, you know, she could just come out with a fucking blunt and be like, you know, I feel you.
Do you see any role that you've had in this sentiment that
fucking
we've seen where
robot in front
people
of
are
us.
questioning whether you're trustworthy?
I can only tell you, Brianna, that this has been a theme that has been used against me and my husband for many, many years. And at the end of the day, I think voters sort it all out. I have great confidence.
Oh my God. You're like going with the American people line. And I for one am offended that someone has insulted the intelligence of the American people. It's like, why? That they fucking are telling the truth? You're insulted? Someone's actually going to tell the truth about, you know, this moronic country that is divided on every issue and wants to, sometimes they want Democrats and sometimes they want Republicans and sometimes they believe this and they just always want some solution and they always trust the government or they hate the government and they, you know, the cognitive dissonance is just mind-blowing. It's like, you know, like they talked about on Bill Maher one time, it's like, do you want to cut entitlements? And they go, yes, we want to cut entitlements. Or what do you want to cut? Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, you know, disability. And they're like, no, I don't cut any of those, but cut entitlements. This is the country we fucking live in. And, like, the fact that this woman is actually seriously a candidate and will probably win is pathetic.
Yeah.
It's the American voter. So I trust the American voter 100%.
Would you vote? No, you don't, you fucking lying sack of shit. You trust the American voter? You have to be fucking mad to trust the American voters. They literally have thrown one party out, then thrown another party in, and they have no idea. They just want some easy fucking solution.
They just keep going back and forth to the point where they hardly make any progress.
It's like basically this. It's like, you know, you have heart disease. Why do I have it? We have a very bad diet. And the American solution is not, well, maybe I should eat right, exercise, and change my diet. It's, what fucking pill can you give me? This is the mentality of these American voters.
For someone that you don't trust?
Tell us how you
Well,
really feel,
people
Scotty.
should and do trust me. And I have every confidence that that will be...
That would be a fucking moron to trust this bitch.
She said people do trust her.
Yeah, maybe people that fucking she has in her pocket or fucking know they're going to profit from her going into office.
The outcome of this election.
So can you tell me the story of how you decided
I'm sorry,
to...
I don't even know what it means to trust her. What is it? What am I trusting?
I guess trusting her to be president.
I mean, like, I don't... Why do I need to trust the president? They're going to do what they want to do. They're just some powerful fuck that controls... you know, the fucking military and a few other fucking things and can,
I would say
bills and...
when you vote for them, people who vote put their trust in the candidate that they vote for.
I think they'll
I don't
lead
even
the
know what
country
that
the best.
means, though. To me, like, trust is like a personal relationship between me and some other person.
I guess part of it is that they'll do the things that they say they're
It's
going to
basically,
do.
you think that
But
they're
I don't trust any of them to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
So why the fuck would I trust her?
I think
You
what you're
don't,
saying
but
is,
people
you're
do.
putting their trust in this person to run the country the best and best represent you.
The people that aren't going to vote at all, they don't give a shit about them. They don't matter. It's the people that actually are going to vote.
See, I'm glad. That's why I don't even want to vote, because she's always about the voters and this group that she's pandering to.
I'm going to vote for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't voting because I don't want to be a voter. I don't want to be one of these people that is supposed to be
I'm not a part of your system!
I'm not a part of your system.
Yeah, I'm an adult!
I exist within my own paradigm.
You are a part of it. You live in it. That makes you a part of it.
Well, I'm a
Search
for a
and
word, motherfucker.
how that deletion was executed.
No,
Well, let's-
stop. I gotta figure out what this word is.
Okay. The word.
Well, I'm a reluctant part of it.
I'm trying to kick your butt. Still a part of it.
I'm reluctant though.
Start from the beginning. Everything I did was permitted. There was no law. There was no regulation. There was nothing.
I feel like I could make a really funny video if I made it seem like I was interviewing her here and ask different questions to get these answers.
I'd like to see a picture of her right now with like a sideways baseball cap and more gold chains.
Oh yeah, she totally is making that pose.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, like gangsta her up.
Yep.
Gangsta Hillary.
Full authority to decide how I was going to communicate. Now, I didn't have to turn over anything. I chose to turn over 55,000 pages. And now I think it's kind of fun. People get a real-time, behind-the-scenes look at, what I was emailing about and what I was communicating about.
Oh yeah, you love
Wearing
it.
warm socks.
This is awesome.
To John Podesta.
Exactly.
I'm actually glad I was scrutinized. Everyone says that. It's like, TJ, we're going to audit you this year.
Oh, cool. Now the IRS gets to see what I'm up to with all my money.
You guys get to see where I spend my money. Wonderful. Come over anytime.
Or
working a fax machine.
Yeah, a secure fax machine.
Oh, did you hear about that? That was actually something in the emails that she was sending. She couldn't figure out how to work a fax machine, and there was
Can't run a fax machine, can't run America.
Which is
Hillary Clinton. Get the fax on Hillary Clinton.
Oh, he just keeps stopping at the best times.
Different
than the regular.
Donald Trump is also creating quite a lot of commotion on the other side. He's a friend of yours, has been over the years. He donated to your Senate campaign, to the Clinton Foundation.
She likes to nod.
What's your reaction to his recent comments that some Mexican immigrants...
I am so engaged.
That she's actually listening.
Yeah, it's like, I'm thoughtfully listening to what you're saying. Please go on, TJ. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, like, fucking TJ's a moron. Like, yes.
Are rapists and criminals.
I'm very disappointed in those comments, and
Disappointed in the comments.
I think,
I thought
I'm not disappointed in the people that made it. I'm disappointed in the comments themselves.
I thought Hillary was going to side with Trump and be like, he was right.
I'm
You know what?
disappointed in the comments.
Hillary's like, you know what? I'm just going to talk some real truth to you guys right now. Trump was right.
I feel very bad and very disappointed
I feel
with him
bad.
and with the Republican Party for not responding immediately and saying, enough, stop it.
But what about Jeb Bush's approach?
Wait, no. Sorry. I'm not even going to defend Donald Trump, but if Donald Trump has some stupid racist views, I'd actually like to know about them, not him tell me what I want to hear.
Also, you know what? Doesn't it kind of contradict what she was saying earlier about trusting the voters? Like, I trust the voters to decide, but then when a candidate says something like that, she's like, the party should have stepped in and fucking stopped him. Like, didn't you say you trusted the voters
Yeah, you trusted
to
the
decide?
voters, and you want them to know, like, okay, you would figure she would be happy if someone like Donald Trump would be nominated, because it's like, wow, I get to run against this moron? It's like, it's in the bag.
To that. It's different, certainly, than Donald Trump's.
Well, he doesn't believe in a path to citizenship. If he did at one time, he no longer does. And so pretty much as I said, they're on a spectrum of hostility.
What's changed when it comes to your approach with the media?
Well, nothing's really changed.
There's a lot of jump cuts in this interview.
Yeah, a lot of edits.
Was there like a moment there where Hillary just kind of stared blankly forward?
Probably.
Did the machine crash? Did the operating system crash?
Or she had to like get up and go to the restroom.
We got to reboot Hillary.
Who knows?
Press Control Alt Delete. See if that works.
I just have a different rhythm to my campaign. I'm not running my campaign for the press. I'm running it for voters. I totally respect.
That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this
people.
interview with the press, because I'm not running my campaign for the press.
Yeah, the media has no effect on political campaigns.
The press and what the press has to do.
I care not for the media.
But I wanted and was determined to have the time that I needed to actually.
They really want to nail the voters, people who know for sure that they're going to vote but don't know who they're going to vote for. Those are like the most valuable people.
Oh yeah, the swing votes are always the most popular.
Yes.
Actually meet and listen to people.
Have you given any thought to the woman who should be on the $10 bill?
Me.
You know, I am very torn about it. I want a woman on a bill. I don't know why they picked the $10 bill.
A woman on a
Some
bill.
people are now agitating for the $20
The 20?
bill.
Do you think
You
that
guys
should?
get it? Woman on bill. See?
Oh, I got
Oh,
it.
you had to go there, TJ.
yeah.
You went there.
Yeah, I did. How
Be
could
the
I
20.
not?
Yeah, you know, I want a woman on the bill. And
Yeah, you do. You
I
didn't
think
before.
That, it might be easier to
I'm
change
funny.
the 20 than it is to change the 10, but we'll see.
Who's the better Hillary Clinton, Kate McKinnon, or Amy Poehler?
Oh, you know, Amy's a friend of mine, and Kate's doing a great job. You're not going to get me to pick one or the other.
Oh my
I think
You
I'm
can't even fucking take a stand on that.
Yes.
Like Coke or Pepsi. Oh, you know, there's times I had Pepsi.
A bullshit issue.
Lots of people love Pepsi and lots of people love Coke, and honestly, I think they're both great soft drinks.
People running for president say a whole bunch without even really saying anything.
Yep.
It's like a game. It's like, can we actually get this person to take a stand on anything?
How
It's like,
long can
no.
you talk without saying anything definitive?
And the people that take a real stand either way are the people that end up like getting pushed out. Like, you know, they're
He's a crazy radical communist.
Yeah.
That's Hillary Clinton, to be honest. So I'm just going to be my own little self and kind of keep going along and saying what I believe in and putting forth changes that
nothing. You believe in nothing except you being elected is a good idea. That's the only thing you've clearly said is that basically people should vote for you.
think would be good for the
And
country.
you trust
and,
voters.
You know, I'm not looking for ratings. I'm looking for votes.
Secretary Clinton, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for talking with us.
My pleasure.
That was a horrible interview that revealed nothing. Like, any real journalist would have been like, these are bullshit answers. Like, what do you actually think about this? What is your stance on immigration? You disagree with Donald Trump, so what is your actual position? Where do you differ? Not, okay, well, that's good. Thanks for telling us a whole lot of nothing.
I think we're about to wrap it up here, but if there's anything else you guys want to talk about before we go.
Oh, we're not doing questions.
I need to compile more questions.
Everyone send in your questions.
Oh, yeah.
If you've already sent them and we haven't used them yet, feel free to send them again.
Yes, because they're probably lost to time. What does Scotty want to do?
1 second, I had to get the exact date right. Okay, so I think we all agreed that the next private show will be on the 18th, which is a Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday the 18th.
Saturday the 18th.
And then Friday, is Stevie coming then?
Yep. So he could be on the regular show that day, maybe.
Yeah, but well, we're not going to get into those stories until
right. It'll be kind of like a preview just to have him here.
A preview of Stevie.
Yes.
He doesn't say much.
Oh, he'll say stuff because, you know.
But we're going to make fun of him pretty much. It's pretty much going to be the Troll Stevie episode. In fact, I think we should officially name it the Troll Stevie episode.
Fuck yeah.
It might not be the only thing. I doubt it'll be the only thing we'll do, but a lot of it will be trolling
Yeah,
Stevie.
I don't think 2.5 hours of trolling Stevie would work.
Well, you know, it could
But
work.
maybe it could, you know? Honestly, maybe it could. He is that fun to troll.
And subscribe and like this video, you lazy fucks!
Yeah, we never did the...
We never did the thumbs up thing.
Yeah, let's see
Share
where
this
we
shit
are.
too. Share it with people. Annoy them with it. Be like, look, here's these 3 morons that talk on the internet and yell.
Hey, I'll tell you what, guys.
We've only got 500 right now, but there's 3,000 watching.
What?
Only got 500?
Yes.
There's 3,000 watch. I'll tell you what, guys. If it's up to if you guys get it up to 2,000, we'll do another video.
All right, we're gonna give it some time.
Really?
Yep, we'll do one more. Maybe we'll even do 2 more videos if it happens quickly. So if you fucking want the show to be longer,
yeah, you decide.
You decide. We trust you, the voters.
The voters.
We trust you, the people.
We're looking for votes.
I'm
If
not
you guys
looking for
get
ratings.
it up to
I'm looking for
2,000
votes.
ratings or 2,000 votes, we will
Thumbs
fucking keep the show going a little bit longer, but you got to do it soon.
For your viewing pleasure.
I've got a mental clock
They
going.
probably haven't even heard the message yet. Probably just around now they probably heard.
Okay, so let's give them a second.
So we're at 6:15 right now. 2,950 people watching.
Come on, get it to 2,000. That's still with 900 people being lazy fucks.
Yeah.
You can do it, everybody.
Really, a third of them just being lazy.
You can make the show last longer.
It's already lasting longer now.
I know, but we'll actually be lasting longer with us covering some.
I
kind of
know.
content.
Right now we're just kind of like, thumbs up.
Thumbs it up, bitches. Come on, do it. Do it, you fucking morons. Do it.
At this point, we're at 700.
Well, geez, we're not going to make it at this rate.
No fucking way.
All right, show's over, you fucking
Show's
morons.
How much longer you want to give them?
You lazy bastards. Well, I'm going to fucking give them... I don't know. I'm just going to leave.
Okay.
We're
Let's
done.
see.
We're done.
11:19. We'll give them 1 more minute.
Oh, you're going to give them 1 minute. All right.
1 minute.
1 minute's what you got.
They're at 800.
See, they're going too
800.
slow.
Well, they have their minute, TJ. They have their minute to keep clicking.
I don't think they're going to get that many in that time.
TJ doubts you. He doubts the people.
No, I mean, it's looking like it'll be a miracle if they even get to 1,000.
You see, they're lazy.
Yeah?
They're way underperforming.
You know.
Asking people to click a button is too difficult in this day and age. You know what? Maybe that Jesus girl was right. What has happened to
look at what's
America?
happened to the fucking people in America. Look at them.
Can't even click a button.
Can't even click a fucking button anymore. Pieces of shit, every one of them.
And it's people around the world, and it's even more disappointing because it's actually
Yes.
spread beyond our shores.
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like...
All right, let's see.
It's not going to
Yep,
happen.
11:20. What are we at, Ben?
We're at like 800.
Who the fuck is with people on this episode?
The people voted. We're gone.
The people voted for us to leave. They're like, we don't care. Leave, you
Bye.
fucking losers. We've had enough of your shit for one night.
I guess so. Well, show's over.
Push the fuck you.